and forth, back and forth, we go. Back 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 and forth, back and forth.
Now you won't catch me going back and forth unless it's to and from the bank. I never do back and forth with a hate mad nigga or a bitch who said I can't. I smoke loud, the strongest dank. It's up with me, what the fuck you think? Drip too hard, they all gon' drown. The nigga try me, he walk the plank. Chef Boyardee with the cook up. If you think shit sweet, nigga, good luck. I be all in the mix like potluck. Kettle corn, believe I pop up. Bubble rap nigga mad wanna pop us. Go hard, the shit too easy. If it ain't about cash, fuck that back and forth, cause it don't please me.
Back and forth, we go. Back and forth, back and forth, we go. Back and forth.
Ain't no tennis court around this way, little mama. I don't do that back and forth shit. That move. Dig this. Why would I go back and forth with niggas broken, hella jealous? Why would I go back and forth with bitches wrong and overzealous? So you out here running your mouth like we connect. That's how you tell it. Only time we back and forth is when I'm in it out your pelvis. Why would I back and forth with a cap ass nigga who just ain't built like that? Why would I back and forth when I'm knowing I'm top his top? I feel that back. Why would I put myself on a low nigga level? Bitch, I wish I would. And why would I back and forth when they all about drama and I just keep shit hood?
Back and forth, we go. Back and forth, back and forth, we go. Back and forth.
Baby, I don't back and forth over that mediocre shit. I ain't even that athletic, really.
Back and forth.
We be back and forth on the road, back and forth doing shows, back and forth switching gold, back and forth switching hoes. Solid niggas never fold. Back and forth to the trap, back and forth switching straps. You can miss me with that acting. They be trying to catch me lacking, but it won't happen. UPS a nigga packing. Ayy, going back and forth if it's irrelevant. They know I'm a threat and it's evident. Got your bitch showing me her measurement. Only real niggas at my residence. Yeah, it's up and it's stuck like it's supposed to be. About to bag a bitch like some groceries. Now he mad, she wanna get close to me, cause she know I don't do all that.
Back and forth, we go. Back and forth, back and forth, we go. Back.
Only time I ever go back and forth about my motherfucking paper. It's my money and I need that shit now. You dig? I don't back and forth like ping pong. That shit there just too extra. I don't do that back and forth with a nigga who down bad and I'm next up. Like a bodybuilder, I flex up. Made a hobby out of running checks up. No condiments need to catch up. Do it big like I'm from Texas. Go back and forth if I doubt it. I hustle, stack it, then count it. Better boss up with your bitch ass, big red nose. He clowning. That money boosted my ego. I'm going crazy like CeeLo. Try to play with me, I go Devo. Never go back and forth with the zero, nigga.
Hey, there's no time to relax.
Back and forth, back. What's good? What's good? What's good? Yeah, we running a little bit late, couple of hours, but you see what it is. WPT. I'm sorry, let me go in and apologize to you guys for being late. Welcome to another episode of MZ Talks Boxing. I see my brother Trey X in the house. What's going on, bro? I'm trying to lay back a little bit and see if we can get somebody in here so we can go ahead and get some chit chat on. Surely hope Hyphy come around so I can talk to him about Wembanyama. I did check him out, and man, boy got some skills, some true skills. I like the guy. As I was saying, boy got some good skills. I like the guy. What the hell going on with this? Oh, shoot. My phone died on me. Well, it didn't die. AT&T had some kind of issue with it. Had my phone tripping. I couldn't call, couldn't get calls, couldn't text, couldn't do anything. Just a mess. So tomorrow I will spend a couple of hours on the phone with them complaining so I can see how much money they're going to take off my next bill. That's right. Got to make some complaints. Phone off, and it wasn't my fault, but I did pay. With that being said, I want to say what's up. Hope everybody had a great weekend. And everybody's life is going smooth and good with you. This is what I'm hoping. This is what I hope. And I want to touch on real quick. Did you get the last bit I sent you? Yes, I did, but that was like 6 hours ago. And my phone didn't let me know about it till about an hour ago. I haven't even got a chance to check on it yet because I was feeling like, damn, I probably lost all the value to it. Fudge. So yeah, that happened. But I will be hunting it down and seeing what I can get. I did find that the new thing that you told me to go ahead and check up on. So I jumped on that. What's up, y'all? Moody Trey Weatherden came in the building. What's going on, my brother? Salute to you. Salute. I'm so thrown off because I ended up going to work today. My mind is everywhere but where it needs to be because the guy that's supposed to show up showed up late. Man, then they complain about people showing up. But, I'm not going to let that bother me or get up under my skin in any kind of way. I've been catching a lot of people on this Brian Norman. And, I haven't lost any there yet? Okay. I feel you, bro. I feel you. I've been hearing a lot of people, speaking about Brian Norman and Boots. Big contemplation and going back and forth between fans of Norman should wait. He shouldn't be calling. He shouldn't be ready for Boots. He's not ready for Boots. Boots is 29. Norman is only 25 or 23 or something like that. Excuses that really don't, in my opinion, make a big difference. You know what I'm saying? Because a couple of years ago, a few years back, Boots is how old? 28, 29, something like that. So you go back 3 years, 20, 25. He was calling out Crawford and Spence, and nobody had a problem with that. They were all like, yeah, he should fight Crawford. He should fight Spence. They ducking him. But now you got another guy that's standing up, Brian Norman, which, he doing his rah-rah. You can't take that away from him, Brian Norman Jr., that is. And, the man representing Atlanta. And if they got a way to make the fight, let it happen, because I've heard Brian Norman's team claim that Boots didn't send them an offer or anything like that. Oh, no, they sent an offer. They accepted the offer and, sent something back. Oh, Ennis is 27. So you go back, what? That making me, 24 or something like that, where he's calling out Spence and Crawford, just a couple of years ago. And, 20, about 25, 24. That mean, he was calling out Crawford and everything. Nobody that I could remember when those conversations was going on, nobody was saying he was too young or this and that, or he wasn't ready. The conversation really was that he's kind of too late to get any action from those guys because they had moved out of the division. That's the second part. But the first part is both of those guys were holding belts and they were trying to unify to become undisputed. That kind of took Enos out of that conversation. But now the whole 147 is reopened. Belts are in Norman's hand, Boots' hands. Is the Virgil got a belt? And Stanionis is still there, which Stanionis and his team also came out and said that it was capped about Boots and his team sending an offer. But they all, both teams came back and said the offer did come. I think Stanionis and them said that the offer came, but it was peanuts pretty much. They say you don't fight for rubles. I think that's what it was, something like that. When it comes down to it, these people get to talking about they sent the offers and this and that. You have to beware of what it is that they are saying. It's one thing to send an offer. It's another thing to send an offer that's going to really be valued as something that you giving your opponent. You letting your opponent know, hey, you're a valuable part of this. You're an integral part of this match that needs to take place or that you're trying to get to take place. Lowballing people just is not a way to do it. Now, I'm not saying that they did lowball. I'm just giving you what I heard, what I've been hearing. And that's one of the things that came from Norman and Stanionis is that, the offers weren't ready. Brian Norman Jr. and his dad, like I said, they did say that they received the offer. They accepted the offer. And then they did the counter offer just to get a little more money. Everything else was fine. Next thing you know, we're hearing that they turned it down. That ain't a way to become unified or anything. I don't know who you want to blame it on. I'm just letting you know what goes out, what's been going out, and what's being said about it. And I would like to get your thoughts on it, if you have any about it at all. One, I don't think that Brian Norman Jr. is too green. If the man is barking up the tree, give him a chance. He got a belt. He got a belt in 10 fights, 11 fights. He got a belt. Get a man a shot. If he's peaking at an early time, then so be it. I even heard somebody say, "Oh, Brian Norman is not in his prime. Boots is in his prime. Brian Norman is not in his prime, and that'll get him beat." That'll get him beat. Well, I can't really say that. You can't really tell who can get beat by who, prime or no prime, unless the fight take place. The fight doesn't take place, then what you got? Just a bunch of opinions and airhead thoughts that some people, after they tell themselves so many times, they start to believe in what they're saying is fact. Not the case here. Not the case at all. If we can get those guys in the ring, then so be it. Let it be. I'm also hearing people starting to grumble and gripe about Turkey Al-Sheikh and him not liking America and all this stuff. Boy, if you can't find something serious or something to really harp about and get on somebody, then you start jumping on politics and things like that. Our boxing world right now, at this situation, we have no room for politics, bullshit politics at that. Put it like that. We don't have no room for that. We can get some guys in the ring and let them fight. Somebody is spending money to get the fights up. Enjoy the ride. Enjoy the ride. I remember sometime back in my younger years, my brother, he explained to me, talking to a young lady, and he, it was physical only, but he let me know, bro, don't trip. At some point, y'all gonna get tired of each other. So right now, enjoy the ride for as long as it goes. And I say that's what boxing should do. Turkey Al-Sheikh is a sexy little something that got a nice heavy purse. And I say you enjoy the ride until they decide they don't want to spend on you no more. What can you say about that? Let the fights that get lined up, let them take place and keep it moving. Joseph Brown is in the house. Salute my brother, a.k.a. Judge Joe Brown. Your Honor, Your Honorable. I call him JB. Y'all know what it is. Salute, and I appreciate you sliding through. We on that BBT time. So we got Trey X joining the conversation. What's going on, my brother? From another mother and another father. What's happening?
Salute, man. I thought I'd jump on and chop it up with you since everything kind of slow. You got you a late start in this motherfucker, you know what I'm saying?
Man. And talking about agitated, man, I was agitated as hell. He said pause. What am I pausing on, Joe? I didn't say nothing unpausable, did I? Well, if I did, my mistake.
Yeah, but these boxing fans are just annoying, bro. Like, that's the best way that I can describe it. Like, if you want to make yourself mad, go to boxingscene.com, read an article, scroll down and look at the comments, or read comments on boxing videos on YouTube. That's a surefire way to piss you off. And like, they just can't be pleased. So they think that Brian Norman Jr. should want to fight Boots Ennis. Like, what the fuck you mean? The division is slow right now. Like, what are they waiting on? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's at welterweight is pretty defined that it's very top heavy. So if we're gonna have some action, they're gonna have to fight against each other. This kid, yeah, he younger than Boots Ennis, but he actually got more experience. 140-22 compared to 58-3. He got I think he got 25 professional fights. He like 25 and over 20 knockouts. That's not that far behind Ennis. And yeah, he young, but damn, it ain't like we ain't never seen this type of shit before. Like Sugar Ray Leonard when he fought against El Radar. They was 23-21, fighting for championships. This dude coming off a career best win. He hot right now. What they want to do, cool off? Like the other fighters do, they get a big win, then all of a sudden they don't get no more action and let their fire cool off.
Yeah, they let their momentum slow down.
They let their momentum slow down. He like, fuck that. I'm trying to parlay this. I just got me a good win. Let me parlay that shit into a Boots fight. Man, I can't do nothing but respect that. I respect them. They remind me of some throwback type of cats, him and his father. Talking about Brian Norman Jr. They just seem like some guys that when they talking, you can believe them. That's the way they come across. I don't know them personally or nothing like that, but when I listen to them, I feel like I'm listening to the truth. And I can respect the man like that. And to be honest, when I listen to Ennis and his pops and Eddie Hearn and all that, I don't believe them all the time. You know what I'm saying? Like they built a persona off, we're avoided. Don't nobody want to fight us. We're the number one boogeyman in boxing. And that's not believable all the time because in boxing history, they use that as a promotional tool. Like they tell the public how avoided they are, how everybody's scared of them. And that kind of makes them into some kind of unbeatable super fighter or something. And that's what they doing. Well, guess what? You got somebody that want to fight you. He right here in his prime. He ain't 35. He 23. Coming off a big win. He done been in the ring with you before too. Hell, they even kept it 100 about that. They said they sparred several times. His pop said that he got the Ennis got the first one. I heard his son come back and say Ennis got like the first 3. But I was learning and I was putting shit together. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like you can believe them and you can trust them guys.
Right. I feel that. It was something that you touched on when you said, Brian Norman has experience and everything like that. And when he won that belt, I heard somebody say, "Oh, they was fighting for a vacant belt." That fight that they had for him to earn that belt, that was not an easy task at all. That was a hard bout that he went through and earned that belt. I felt like he went through a good amount of fire to get that belt, and he's deserving. If he can try to get a fight with Boots, I don't see why anybody should have a problem with him trying to get that fight. Let that man go ahead and test his skills, test what he got. You know what I'm saying?
He beat a very credible guy. He beat Giovanni Santillan. And Santillan, he was coming off a big win against the Golden Boy fighter, that Southpaw Olympian. I can't think of his fucking name right now. The only person that had beat him coming in was Speedy Ellis. And Giovanni Santillan went out there and beat him in a major upset. He stopped him in 6 rounds. The other guy, I can't think of his fucking name, a Mexican fighter. But he was a heavy favorite against Santillan, at least 5-1. And Santillan went out there and stopped him, Southpaw. And then he went right into the Norman fight. And there wasn't no layoff or nothing like that. They actually threw Norman to the wolves because I think they just wanted him to sink or swim, show us something. Because some of his previous fights, he had some tough moments. Like he took some cuts from headbutts. He got dropped when he fought against Vidal. I think Amilcar Vidal or something like that. He got dropped in the fight. So they threw him out there with Santillan, just threw him to the wolves. He was a major underdog. Santillan was a 5-1 favorite and shit. And he went out there and handled that business. So ain't nothing not credible about what he's doing right now. Like that's some real shit. You know what I'm saying? And the fighter I'm thinking about is Alexis Roca. That's the guy that Santillan beat. And then Brian Norman Jr. beat Santillan. You know what I'm saying? So it's some lineage or some credible shit that's going on right here. Olympians and shit like that. You know what I'm saying?
Right. He didn't dip this spoon into some hot water. Let that man do what he got. Let him do what he need to do. Don't try to hold him back. Moody Trayweather said, I haven't been following boxing lately because of fans. They just overdo it sometime for me. Yeah, they do. I think they latch on to their boxer and subconsciously they get to saying what he can. In their mind, they thinking what he can and can't do, what he should or shouldn't do. And I say, if you're really watching boxing to watch boxing, then he should get his ass in the ring and show that he the boogeyman. Speaking about Boots and that camp over there. Yeah, they represent the big city in Philly and all that. Brian Norman is coming from a city that's not known for boxing in Atlanta. But it is what it is. You end up finding superstars in the most unlikely places. Hell, look where they found Randy Moss.
Yeah.
Just to throw it out there. You know what I mean? You look up and you can't always look in the same spot thinking that every time that's where you're gonna get the star from. You got to broaden your vision, broaden your scope, and let it happen. Brian Norman Jr., I believe, can pass the test or put up a great showing for himself. Joseph Brown says Brian
He
Norman.
don't fight back. Let me speak on what he just said.
Go ahead.
He definitely gonna fight back. But about them fans, I think we got the worst fans in all of sports. To be honest with you, we got people that are very opinionated and ain't never put a glove on in their life, ain't never even walked into a boxing gym, but got all these fucking opinions. Boxing fans are ugly, they lazy, they don't know what the fuck is going on. Like they ain't got the knowledge. They don't even know what the fuck they looking at half the time, but they got all these opinions and shit. I just don't understand that. That don't make no sense. Like when I think about basketball and football, more than likely niggas played that. Those are sports that's in school, so I can respect the man having an opinion, like big opinions about football and basketball, shit that they done played and participated in. But 99% of boxing fans ain't never done shit in a boxing ring. They ain't never even sparred somebody. Half of them don't even know what size gloves that you're supposed to wear when you spar. But they got all these fucking opinions, and then they want to just be so negative and talk down on the fighters. Like it's just very frustrating to me. And I done just got to the point where I just avoid them as much as I can. You know what I'm saying? I fuck with the people I fuck with, Block Fam and all that kind of shit. But when it comes to just your everyday boxing fan, I could really do without it. You know what I'm saying? And that go for channels that make boxing content. Most of them don't know what the fuck they talking about. They weak and trash. Put them in Channel Ross, they get destroyed. They can't bet on boxing and win consistently. I ain't seen but one person on the internet on YouTube that can do that so far. They just ain't showed me nothing. You know what I'm saying? And I think they need to shut the fuck up and support the sport and be positive. Like he was saying, they were talking down on Turki Al Sheikh. Now, me, I don't agree with everything Turki Al Sheikh wants to do.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I firmly believe he can put you in a position to get fucked up. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I appreciate what he's doing, though. It's a lot of good shit that's going on. But like, if he, let's say he come with an idea that he want Crawford to fight against David Benavidez at 160, I think that's a dumbass idea. Just what it is. I think that's fucking stupid. For Crawford to fight Benavidez, like it's very rare that you come with an idea that's so bad and stupid that it's bad for both fighters. I think that's bad for Crawford to fight Benavidez at 160, and I also think it's bad for Benavidez to fight Crawford at 160. You know what I'm saying? But
yeah,
most of his other ideas, I think they've been good ideas. And overall, I think it's been more of a positive impact than a negative impact. But that don't mean we got to just blindly follow his lead and go with everything he say. Like all of his ideas are good, because they not. But let's not make it seem like he ain't had a good positive effect on boxing. We getting fights that we wasn't getting. Undisputed heavyweight, undisputed light heavyweight coming up, and all these super cars and shit. Like, it's overwhelmingly been good.
Facts. That's facts all the way through. The complaints that I'm hearing, to me, are unwarranted, because a lot of the stuff that I'm hearing that they complaining on really has nothing to do with boxing. They trying to put it into another situation. And I'm like, forget all that. We're here for boxing. This man coming to make, he's spending some money to make it happen. Enjoy the ride. You know what I'm saying? Quit bitching about it. I do understand when you're saying some of his ideas can get some of these guys messed up. And that's where you say, like you said, all money ain't good money. That's where the teams and the boxer themselves have to really sit down and say, hey, do we really want to do this? Is it feasible for us to come out of this here victorious? Will it be a good battle, a good fight? Can you show your skills? Please the crowd. But
yeah, one thing I will say, my bad.
No, go ahead. One thing you say.
I was just gonna say one thing I will say about Turki that I don't like is I don't like the emotion. Like when it comes to business and shit, I don't think business and emotion mix well together. And if you come with an idea that you propose to a fighter and they reject you, I don't like him getting emotional to where he want to blackball a motherfucker, you know what I'm saying, and all that kind of stuff.
Right.
I saw him come out and say something about Tim Tszyu, because he wanted Tim Tszyu to do something, and Tim Tszyu want to go the IBF route or whatever that is and go fight Bakram Murtalazeev. And Turkey said that he felt like Tim don't know what's going on, like he making uninformed decisions and all that kind of shit. I don't like that. I'm gonna be honest with you. But ain't nobody perfect, man. I mean, what's better? Dealing with Turkey Al Sheikh that's trying to make some fights, but he get a little emotional sometimes, or let's just stick with Bob Arum and Oscar De La Hoya and Al Heyman and not get no goddamn fights. You know what I'm saying? Like, it ain't perfect, but shit, it's better than what we was getting.
Exactly. I can ride that all the way. We got like you said, we got Alexander Usyk and Fury that fought for undisputed, set for their rematch in December. We got Bivol and Beterbiev coming up to fight. We got Crawford against Madrimov, which people complained about because Crawford didn't get a knockout. Stupid. I'm like, the man went out there and showed you skills. He showed you skills first time at 154 against the champion that really was not a pushover. Madrimov is not a pushover. I don't care how people look at the fight that took place with him. I'm saying be willing to watch him fight again and see how it turns out. I can almost, well, I won't say what I can almost put on it, but I can put I'll put my word out that I think he's going to do a damn good job when he go back out there in the ring and get a chance to re-show. Simple and plain, simple as that. Turkey has some good ideas, some bad ideas, but I'm not gonna harp on the bad ideas and just ride them down the street and try to make a big example out of it. It's just not conducive to the situation. Joseph Brown said Brian Norman Jr. playing with house money. They were put in fights that they weren't expected to win by the promotional companies they were fighting. That they were fighting and they hungry.
Yep.
That's the thing. You put me up against something that you feel like the odds is against me, and I go out there and hurt your feelings. That's what Brian Norman is supposed to do. He is supposed to go out there and whoop everything that the promotional companies put in front of him, whether they believe that he's gonna win or not. Hey, that's not something new. We done heard Ali say, "Tell Don King, I know you're betting against me right now. I know that's your man over there, but I'm gonna whoop that ass." And that's what he went out there and did with George Foreman. So let's not pretend like these guys is just they can only beat certain people. Let them get in the ring and scrap it out and enjoy the fight when they happen. We had so many fights, or we were lied to about so many fights, like you said, with Bob Arum, Golden Boy, and PBC. Waiting for certain fights. They can't get the cross promotions together. They can't get across the street. They just can't get along. Here comes somebody, Turkey Al Sheikh, just come out of nowhere, got enough money to say, "Hey, let's bring this together," and we got the fights out of it. But no,
motherfucker, he made Frank Warren and Eddie Hearn come together, and they weren't even speaking to each other for years and years. Hell, a generation they wasn't speaking to each other. He made them come together. So that's definitely a lot of good shit that came from this man's presence. You know what I'm saying? And shit, I feel like we witnessing history, and I just appreciate it, man. Cause like all them cards that you just named, you named the main events, but those were just good cards, period. And we can also throw that 5-on-5 off in there.
Yeah, like, that's what that Frank Warren and Matchroom and what's the other one? Queensberry. When they came together with the 5-on-5, first of all, I was blown out of my seat when I heard about it, because I'm like, wow, they 5-on-5, picking teams and stuff. That to me kind of set the stage to say, let's do that again. Let's get some more of that. I enjoy the hell out of that. Being able to sit down and pick a team in boxing. Come on, man. How many times have we ever got to do that?
Yeah, my record wasn't good as far as the picks. I only went 2-3. Well, I guess you could say 3-3 because they also had Bivol versus Zanard on there too. So I didn't do good as far as picking, but I enjoyed it. And one thing I can say for sure is that the promotion in boxing ain't never been better. It's been too many times where a big fight coming up and everybody's saying, well, damn, where the promotion? Are they even promoting this fight? Well, you ain't got to say that when it comes to the Riyadh season. They have some of the best promotion that I done seen, the videos and shit they be putting together for it. You can
Yes.
tell, yeah, they putting some effort, they putting some money, they putting some time into that shit. And it looks good. It makes for a good event. When they have the events be crazy, you know what I'm saying? Like over the top, as far as the matchups, as far as the presentation and all that kind of stuff. The decisions been good. You know what I'm saying? Ain't been no robberies and shit. It might have been one. Yeah, with the Andy Ruiz versus Big Baby Davis. We thought Big Baby should have won the fight. But even then, Turkey Al-Sheikh came out and voiced that opinion. He said he felt like Big Baby Davis should have won too. You know what I'm saying? So it seemed like they inclined to want to give fighters a fair shake. And that's a big part of it, man. You know what I'm saying? That's one reason why I like the shit so much, man. You got fighters getting a fair shake, good fights, good presentation, good promotion. I can't complain too much, man.
Honestly, I have no complaint. Going back to the promotions of it, like I said, when I started seeing like that Madrimov Crawford promotion, I was like, wow, you know, they did it with the 5-on-5, and I had to get used to the 5-on-5 look, but I appreciated it the way they was rolling it out to the public. It got people thinking about it. It got people looking at it. Got people excited about it. I know it got me in all those situations that I just spoke about. I really, I think I spoke about it before when I was like, man, they got it looking like a movie. Crawford and they had them looking like a movie for real. I was like, wow, I've never seen promotion like that for a fight ever. And
I haven't either.
I got to give Turkey his props. You know what I'm saying? Now I know. I asked my big brother because I wanted to know if Riyadh season really had a meaning. Well, come to find out, Riyadh is like the capital over there. So that's why it's called Riyadh season.
Yeah,
I'm looking forward to the. I think he said America versus Mexico. Was that one of the plans that he said he wanted to roll out when they come to America?
I don't know nothing about that one.
Yeah, I know he was. I remember him speaking. I have to find it out because I don't really catch him too much. But I remember hearing something about. I know that he got a plan to try to do something like that Riyadh season 5-on-5 thing here in the States. I guess I have to sit back and see if it comes through or not. But if it does, I believe.
Yeah, that's just a location, though. I mean, if you do 5-on-5, it's gonna be promotional company versus promotional company. Not necessarily country versus country.
Yeah, I feel you. I guess he's gonna try to get that set up through the promotional companies.
He's talking about Top Rank versus Golden Boy for a while. Maybe that's what you're talking about, because Golden Boy do pretty much represent Mexico, so that'll kind of be like Mexico versus America or U.S.
We have to see how that's gonna go down. Moody Trayweather say Evander Holyfield from Atlanta. So I hope Norman's the next big thing. Oh yeah, that's right. Holyfield is from Atlanta.
Yeah, I've been talking shit to D-Lo and them, talking about they ain't got no fighters coming out of Georgia. Well, shit, they got one now. And he fighting like a motherfucker. He mean as a rattlesnake. Fight hard like a goddamn honey badger or something.
Ooh, not the honey badger.
Oh yeah, he mean. That's something that I like about him, man.
Motherfucker, boy.
I mean, if he fights Ennis, I mean, he fighting back. It's gonna be unlike any fight that Ennis has ever had, because all of his opponents come in losing before they even walk up the stairs. They already know they lost. Well, this is a guy that's gonna come to win, and when you hit him, he gonna hit you back. And he got good power too, 80% knockout percentage. You ain't the only person stopping somebody. You know what I'm saying? Like they know what's up. They done been in the ring together.
Yeah, you know that was one of the arguments that I heard one of the fans making, talking about, they didn't spar 4 times and they took it and said that Norman lost all 4 sparring. So what's the purpose of seeing the fight? Well, the purpose of seeing the fight is it ain't practice. It's gonna be it's real deal. I'm really finna try to hurt you right now. We're not working on stuff. Take from what Brian Norman said. He was learning and putting stuff together. The man is a champion now. I don't really want to hear about, you can't make the excuse about, oh, get a belt and then, or who has he fought? Forget all that. He got a belt. He is a champion. Boots is a champion. I don't want to hear Boots. If he ain't going to 154, I don't want to hear about Crawford or Spence. Not from the Boots camp. Talk about where you at and who you got to deal with. Simple and plain. That's the way I feel about it.
Who got the best win between Ennis and Norman?
I would have to say Norman.
It ain't
In my
even a
opinion.
question. Yeah, it ain't even a question.
When he won that belt.
Roman Villa and fucking Cameron Chikadze, they not as good of fighters as Giovanni Santillan. So Norman clearly got the better win, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? So all this old major separation between Ennis and Brian Norman Jr.'s career, that shit's a mirage. It's not real. Ennis got one of the weakest resumes in all of boxing when it comes to the top fighters. His two best wins are Roman Villa, who arguably lost against Speedy Ellis. I felt like he got a gift. And he also beat Cameron Chikadze. A solid fighter, but not nobody special. So
Right.
all this separation ain't there, man. They just talking. But once again, it's unknowledgeable, lazy ass boxing fans. Motherfuckers ain't putting in no work, doing their homework, trying to figure out who these fighters are. That's why they saying that Shakur Stevenson versus Howard Tungan wasn't a credible opponent for Shakur. You know what I'm saying? These motherfuckers just lazy. They don't know shit, man. It almost feel like I be losing IQ communicating with motherfuckers.
But you say, the more I talk to you, the dumber I get.
Yeah.
Wow. I ain't heard that statement in a long time. Hyphy in the building. He say, hi, Terrence, Clarissa, or Usyk for MVP? I'll jump on that real quick and say Clarissa. At the moment, Clarissa. She can beat everybody in all the divisions pretty much that she can fit her ass into. She's very accomplished, very decorated, two-time Olympian. People might not like the way she talks, think she too brash, she too loudmouth, but hey, it is what it is. She's a boxer. That's what you expect from boxers most of the time. So I would go with Clarissa Hyphy for MVP.
I'll go three-way tie because all of them got some attributes that I like that they done accomplished, like some accomplishments that I like so far. Going back to the amateurs for Usyk and Clarissa, all the undisputed champions, well, the two undisputed championships and the wins that Crawford been getting been good. I can't look at Clarissa opponents and be like, well, they match up with the people that Usyk been beating, like the people that he beat at cruiserweight and the people that he beat at heavyweight. I think that's a little bit tougher than Clarissa. You know what I'm saying? Like Clarissa, she'd have been a heavy favorite in pretty much all of her fights except for Savannah Marshall. Usyk done had some close odds. Like when he fought against Anthony Joshua, I think Joshua was the favorite in the first fight. His first fight against Tyson Fury, very close odds. They was right at 50-50 odds, like minus 110, minus 115 both ways. Clarissa ain't had too many of them. The only one that she had was against Savannah Marshall. All them other people, she was heavily favored to beat them. You know what I'm saying? So just and then she ain't had to overcome the size disadvantage either. Like Usyk going from cruiserweight to heavyweight, he fighting motherfuckers that's bigger than him and beating them. You know what I'm saying? Like the more I'm talking, I'm gonna have to say Usyk. Like even going back to the amateurs, I love what Clarissa did as an amateur. Man, 69-1 or some shit like that, winning all the medals and stuff. But Usyk 335-15, whooping ass all around the world. The ultimate fucking world beater, just like she is. He winning medals all over the place. Olympic gold, AIBA World Championship, European Games, whatever you can think of. He in there. And then he comes to the pros, undisputed at cruiserweight, undisputed at heavyweight, the division in all the boxing. I got to give it to Usyk, man. I'm gonna give it to Usyk.
Okay. Joseph Brown say Usyk is the man of the year. I guess he earned that because he beat the big snowman, melted down a couple of pounds off of him. I was elated when I saw him just had that big boy rocking all over the place. Elated. But okay, I feel you. You know, going with Usyk, 3-way tie. That's fair. That's fair. I didn't know we can do a 3-way tie. Not that I think I would have thought of a 3-way tie at the gate. I think
Well, I broke it.
Yeah, you did because you said Usyk. You would go with Usyk for the simple reason, going from cruiserweight to heavyweight. Derek Chisora gave him a good run. What's the youngster's name that hit him to the body? I know these guys. Dubois, Daniel Dubois.
Oh yeah. You see what Dubois is doing now, so that win aged well. Like when I look at all-time implications, I gotta start looking towards Carissa and Usyk because they putting together some all-time type shit. You know what I'm saying? I know Usyk ain't got that many fights, but just looking at his accomplishments, he definitely the king of this era. And Carissa, she the greatest woman of all time. Like it ain't even no question. You know what I'm saying? Crawford did his thing too. He on some all-time shit, but I think he more towards the bottom of the list. Usyk, I think if he was to end his career right now, I'd probably say he's like a top 60 fighter of all time. You know what I'm saying? Maybe top 70 or something like that. And that's damn good. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I lean toward Usyk.
Okay. Yeah, Moody Trey. Well, this is Du Bois who I'm talking about. Du Bois. It was another fighter that was running across my mind that I wanted to bring about to the forefront and talk on with the situations that they was bringing on. Oh, it's to my understanding that Shakur Stevenson's fight is a pay-per-view fight?
He on the undercard for the paper. I mean, you know, Better Be Even.
Better Be Even and Bivol. But I heard that they were fighting on ESPN Plus.
I ain't heard no shit like that. If I was to guess, I'd say it'd be pay-per-view.
Okay.
I don't know.
I was gonna say I don't know how they could set that up. That would be the craziest thing. You put the main event on pay-per-view Plus, but you got Secure on a pay-per-view.
Yeah.
What I can't hear about Shakur in this fight, he better look good. He better look good. He better go out there and really box. For me, all I need him to do is box. But for the fans that even though he's saying forget the fans and all that, these boys don't want that. They want these people to love them. They want these people to cheer for them and call their name and see them and go crazy. They all lying in front, in my opinion, when they say forget the fans. We don't care what the fans think. Because if you didn't care what the fans think, that's a statement you wouldn't have to make.
Yeah, but he's just saying he willing to say fuck the fans for a win. Like he's not gonna let the fans talk him into a loss. Like talk him off his square and make him fight in a way that's not the best style for this situation and make him lose. And the guy that he fight against, Joe Cordina, ain't nobody giving him no credit, but this is a solid fight. It's a fucking Olympian. And he's a former champion. He went out there and knocked out that Iwasa, whatever his name is, hit him with the right hand and slept his ass. And then he had that title defense against Rocketmouth, a fucking 4 on the scale. Bad motherfucker. That was a tough war type fight. He went out there and beat him. Yeah, he got stopped in his last fight, but it was some fluke type shit if you go out there and watch it. He was in the clinch with Kakachi and the referee came to break him, but he did a piss poor job. Cordina got caught with a looping left hand from Kakachi and he never recovered. And he was already struggling to make weight at 130. He was a big 130 pounder. So he's gonna be a lot stronger going into 135, and he probably gonna have more punch resistance. This is a talented guy, a guy that can punch, somebody that ain't scared. His O is already gone. So he ain't out there trying to protect no O. He ain't got nothing to lose. You got an Olympian that ain't got nothing to lose. And he gonna come fight. So if Shakur go out there and make this shit look easy, man, he gonna get a bunch of credit from me. And like I said, motherfuckers need to do their homework and understand what's going on because they making it seem like he's not fighting nobody when he really fighting a damn good opponent. Hell, it was a time I was saying I feel like Joe Cordina might have been the best fighter in the UK. So after one fight, that he ain't shit now, huh? That's why I be talking about, man, motherfuckers just don't be knowing what the fuck they talking about when it comes to this boxing shit. It's frustrating. I ain't lying. It's frustrating. But salute to Shakur, man. This is a good fight. He ain't coming off no long layoff. His opponent ain't coming off a long layoff. I like it.
And for the for the people who gonna be saying, "Oh, he didn't knock him out. He didn't knock out the smaller guy and all this," go look at him. Go see what it is that you're about to watch before you just start bitching and complaining and crying. Because I'm starting to subscribe to the notion that a lot of people that talk about boxing, as Uncle Roger said, the late Uncle Roger, they don't know shit about boxing. Nothing. 99% of them probably don't know what a hook, uppercut, left cross would be.
Yeah, man, that motherfucker. I don't expect him to stop Cordina. I mean, I won't be too surprised if he does. But Cordina, he did get stopped in his last fight, but he got stopped on his feet. He wasn't on his back. The referee called it off. Who's the boss? On his feet. So I expect him to go the distance against Shakur, as long as it ain't no fluke shit like what happened against Kakachi, where he got hit when the referee was trying to break him and shit. But yeah, this is a credible opponent, man. Deep amateur background, Olympian, power, former champion. Like, come on, man. If one of the old time fighters, like the historically great fighters that we all love and praise, if they fought somebody that was a former champion and an Olympian, they would get praised for it. But somebody like Shakur, he got to get shit for it, and he fighting against a good opponent. That's why I say, man. Motherfucker makes me sick.
It's the era we in. It's the era we in. That's all that is. Nafisa Collier is the MVP, not Asia or Sabrina or who is that? Caitlin? Oh, he talking about the WNBA.
Asia Wilson all day.
Asia?
Yeah. I ain't even fucking, man, that's the best woman basketball player on planet Earth. Just went for 42 on them hoes. Fuck you, Tom.
Yes. I ain't gonna lie to you. After talking to Hyphy last week, and him telling me about Wimbyamba, I went and looked at him. The boy balling, man. And then I'm find out. Let me not get on that too much. Let me hurry up and get Joseph Brown before I start running my mouth about basketball. He said, Trey, you know, I believe this if he say, Trey, you know, your knowledge is overloading the casual and so-called dumbasses in boxing chats and panels.
Yeah, man. The thing is, they just lazy because the information is right there. All you got to do is go take a look at it. You know what I'm saying? I'll be putting in work on that shit all the time. Always coming up with new information. Like I saw for the longest that Shushu Carrington was 44-25 as an amateur. I just found out that he was actually 255-31. He won the New York Golden Gloves, and I knew he did that, but he also won the 2020 Olympic trials. He decided not to go to the Olympics because it was COVID time, so he decided to just go ahead and go pro. So this is a guy that could potentially be a 5 if he went to the Olympics, but, you know, he chose not to. So before I thought he was a 2, 44-25, and he won the New York Golden Gloves. Now I figured out that the motherfucker's a 4, and he could potentially be a 5. You know what I'm saying? You gotta put that work in, man. Put the research in. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get you.
I love it. And love to work on the shit, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Most motherfuckers treat boxing like church. They don't read their Bible, nigga. They just go to church and listen to the preacher and think they know something because another nigga told them something. Nigga, put your own work in. Do some research around this motherfucker so you know what you're talking about. Don't be sounding dumb all the goddamn time.
They man say like church. They don't read their Bible. They just go and listen to what the preacher said. Just think they know something. Man, if you ain't put my mind in the situation back when I was young, hearing the older people talk like that. Yeah. She out there shaking her bottom at the club all night and didn't want to go in church and ask for forgiveness Sunday morning. Yeah. I said, dang, mama damn wrong, Catherine now. But it is what it is. I was too young to be able to go out and shake mine. I was a heathen, though. I ain't get to go to church every Sunday. I only wanted to go to church when I knew the choir was going to get down because they could sing. Woo, I used to love when the choir sing, man. When they used to have these midnight musicals where like churches from Mississippi and Alabama, I mean southern churches, Houston, they would all come to their church, they choirs, and they would have the midnight musical. It started at midnight and ride till 6 a.m. That was the greatest time that I ever spent in church.
Yeah.
Hands down. Old choirs be in there going, ooh, so hard, it's just crazy. But man, the memories. Where was I about to go? Basketball with Wembanyama doing this thing. But I hear that Zion Williams is poised, because I know Hyphy, this said you. Hyphy was telling me that he don't think that Zion could get in the conversation of being best player or the face of the NBA when LeBron leave. He says it's a toss-up between Wembanyama, another guy that they named, it started with an A, I believe. Can't think of his name right now. I'm sure somebody.
Ant-Man?
Yeah, him. Between him, Wembanyama, I'm gonna say that Zion stands a chance to do something. I got a chance to see a picture of him and see him at his camp. The dude looks great as a basketball player, his physique, because you remember he was a big dude that can jump and shoot and everything, but he looked like he didn't slim down to about 280, something like that. But his contract, Trey, listen to this. You got to come in. You got to come into the season. You can't be no bigger than 285 pounds with 10% body fat. And you got to play, once you make half of the games that you play for the season, being like 20% of your contract becomes guaranteed. Then you do that for another part of the season, then 40% of your contract becomes guaranteed. The man is playing on a contract. What I'm getting at, he's playing on the contract that if he mess up, he don't get paid.
I mean, they need a fat clause. Motherfucker ain't got no discipline. He's been fat for a long time. Nigga look like a professional athlete. That's basically what they saying. It's just like that Kyler Murray. They put a clause in his contract. Nigga, you need to study some film outside of practice, nigga. Your job, quarterback, you got to study. So go home and study, nigga. It's the same thing. They gave him a study clause. They gave this nigga a fat clause. But he's talented. I never thought that he would. Number one, I ain't just no basketball expert. I got friends that really know basketball, and I leave that shit to them. Like when we watching the game, I let them nigga lead the conversation. But I just seen some good players. You know, you got that Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. I really like him a lot coming out of Oklahoma City. He hooping like a motherfucker. Of course, Luka, if Luka get that double chin together, and they need to put a fat clause in his contract, make him look like a professional athlete. But he a bad motherfucker. Wembanyama, he definitely in the conversation to be number one in the league. Like, he a unicorn. I ain't never seen nobody like him. I'm pretty sure ain't nobody ever seen nobody like him. You know what I'm saying? He feel like the next evolution of basketball or something like that. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, it's some good players. I love Ant-Man with his personality and stuff like that, but I don't think he got the upside as Wembanyama. You know what I'm saying? Wembanyama just a whole different category. You know what I'm saying? So that's who I put my bet on.
Wembanyama?
Yeah.
As long for me, he has to prove, you know, I need to know that he's mentally strong. If he can prove that, and injuries, hopefully he's not injury prone, because you know once those guys get over 7'2", they usually have knee problems and a lot of ankle problems. You don't really get to see them a lot, and I'm hoping that's not the case with him, because I would like to see. When you see somebody that can ball, bro. When I see him, I want to see him. Kind of, you know, like with fighting. If you see somebody that can fight, you want to see them a lot, and I want to be able to see him on the court a lot. Not like the guy that what's the dog guys, the big guy, he get hurt a lot. He got a good name, but he get hurt a lot. When he's good, he's good.
Joel Embiid.
Joel Embiid. You know what I'm saying? He's so injury prone, and some of the things you be like, dude, you hurt on that. You know, I can't complain and say anything about it. I just know when I balled, it wasn't a lot that could hurt to make me not want to go on the court. You know what I mean? My back. The only time I couldn't play is I had in high school. I had a pinched muscle in my back, and I couldn't get it right. And I sat at the bus stop one day after I got off the bus on my way to school and sat on the ground and stretched, and that bitch popped. And I got up and I moved around, and it didn't hurt. I jumped and it didn't hurt, and I jogged to school. I was so damn happy that I was getting ready to be able to play basketball with no pain. Oh my goodness. Whew. So yeah, I hope these guys can finish without getting hurt. But something about, I have to say, about these tall basketball players like Kevin Durant, Wembanyama, the guys that you're like unicorns. I feel like my first glimpse of a player like that could have been good, but I think he messed himself up, was Ralph Sampson. Ralph Sampson was a 7-footer, agile, could put the ball on the floor, had a nice little jump shot, could play in the paint, but he was so hell-bent on playing center when he got to the pros till he messed up a whole great thing, because, you know, he was the Twin Towers with Akeem Olajuwon. He was the dude that he's what spawned the Kevin Durant's and stuff that we're seeing now, because they've gotten a lot better with ball handling and shooting and stuff like that. But he was a front runner for that, in my opinion.
Yeah, he said, Wembanyama gonna be all right, because if this was back in them times, he might not be all right, because they didn't have the knowledge on how a fighter like that, I'm not a fighter, but a basketball player like that supposed to take care of his body. Like, if this was years ago, they'd be trying to make him bulk up and shit. And now, in the modern day, they're more about flexibility and shit like that instead of making them bulk up. Like, in the past, they would make him get down low and bang with them Shaq type niggas. And no, he's not gonna last like that. But the way that the NBA is structured today, and the way that they play, and the way that he can be on the perimeter and shit like that, I think he's gonna be okay. I think he's gonna be just fine. I don't think we got to worry about the injuries. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Knock on wood, of course, but I think he's gonna be all right though.
Right. Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing him. I'm checking out the chat. Wembanyama, Anthony Edwards, Luka, Jokic. That's from Moody Trayweather. He said Giannis. I saw him. I saw Wemby. I'm gonna just call him Wemby. I saw Wemby. Giannis was trying to take him to the hole. Wemby shut that shit down. He shut that shit like a big man. You know, he didn't, for him to be as slim as he is. You know, I know Giannis got a little bulk to him. Giannis took him to the hole hard, but Wembley, old tall, self-absorbed that and blocked that shot. Get that up out of here, Giannis. Ain't nobody trying to, you ain't clowning on me like that. Man. Moody Trayweather said these the guys I see running the league in the future. The names that they just gave was Wembley, Anthony Edwards, Luka, Jokic, and Giannis. We're gonna see. We're gonna see how they go. I'm really truly about to start watching basketball because Wemby got me excited. And Lord forbid, I can't remember the quarterback's name, but I'm going to watch the Chicago Bears because they got a good quarterback. Caleb, yes. As far as I'm concerned, this is the first good quarterback, in my opinion, with his upside. This is the best quarterback the Bears have ever had.
Only thing is, UFC normally produces trash ass quarterbacks. You know what I'm saying? Maybe it'll be different because he did start off at Oklahoma and then he transferred to UFC after his coach transferred. But normally USC quarterbacks be straight fucking garbage except for Carson Palmer. Outside of Carson Palmer, name me some good quarterbacks that came out of UFC. Who you gonna say? John David Booty?
Who? No.
John David Booty was good in college, but in the pros he didn't do shit.
He didn't transfer.
You got Mark Sanchez, he wasn't worth a fuck. You got
hype.
God damn, I just had one in my mind. You just made me lose my fucking track of thought.
My bad.
God damn, what's the name of the Heisman Trophy winner that won? They lost the championship to Texas with
The
Vince Young.
brother?
No, he a white quarterback for USC.
Oh, Vince Young.
The Heisman Trophy winner when they won. Matt Leinart, was it Matt Leinart? Some shit like that. He was garbage. I had some names in my mind, but you fucking interrupted me and just made me lose my train of thought. But what I'm trying to say is a lot of UFC quarterbacks, they be garbage. And maybe you could say Rodney Peete. He was one of the top end quarterbacks that they produce. But for the most part, USC does not produce good quarterbacks. So I got to see first. I know he done some pretty good plays in preseason, but then I got to see. And then I also got to see if Chicago not going to fuck him up. They not they not no quarterback factory. Them motherfuckers be fucking up quarterbacks. So I got to see shit, because I thought they had a good one that they just lost. The boy out of Ohio State. They come out of Georgia. Can't think of his name right now. I think he went to Pittsburgh. I thought he was pretty decent.
I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, they just don't know how to yeah, every time, man. Let me say what I'm gonna say, bro, and then you go ahead and get your shit out. Cause you know I ain't good with that, my nigga. But yeah, go ahead, man.
My bad, bro. My bad. Where was I going to say? I don't remember. Well, Rodney Peete for me on that. Rodney Peete for me is kind of still out because you didn't really get to see him really lead a team that much to know if he was going to be really good, because he was always behind somebody. But Rex Grossman, I tried to be high on Rex because he could throw the ball, but he wasn't mobile. He couldn't read the defenses. He just sucked. The Bears, ideally, what they need to do is shore up the front line. Make sure that the quarterback can be protected. I know they always want to showcase the running backs and have guys that can block upfield, but we need some guys that can take that step back and make that wall and protect this dude, give him enough time to find his targets. And hopefully his receivers are doing their jobs and so it can come together. But first of all, far and foremost, they have to shore up the front line. And that's always, to me, been a problem with the Bears. Even going back to Walter Payton when they had Jim McMahon and everything. Yeah, Jim McMahon was able to throw some Hail Marys and some good shots down the field from time to time. But really, that team depended on that running game and that defense. That's what made that team so hellacious in 85 was that defense and that running game. Yeah, they had Willie Gault, the fastest man in the NFL at the time. And, oh, my gosh, I can't remember the other guy's name on the other side.
Jim McMahon, quarterback, right?
Jim McMahon was the quarterback. Yeah, he was the quarterback. Shit, I can't remember the other receiver's name. But, you know, as far as I can remember, the Bears have always been a running team. When Cassell was Cassell. Just give me 14 inches of daylight and I could take it to the house. His knees just couldn't hold up. But they've always been a running team, even when they were in Green Bay.
Yeah, that's one thing you're going to have to worry about too, man. The division is tough now. Detroit is really good. Went deep in the playoffs last year. Green Bay looked like they found the next guy with Jordan Love. He out there looking extremely talented. I don't know exactly what Minnesota got going on right now, but I know that division done got a lot better in the last few years. You know what I'm saying? So he got it tough on him, talking about Caleb Williams. We'll see if he come through a mildew.
Well, I hope it's the first. Zion hasn't played. Oh, wait, before that, he said Charles Barkley was on the same stuff like Zion.
Yep.
Yeah, Charles Barkley was a little butterball, but at the same time, Barkley was a hard as nails, tough ass player, man. You got to give it to him on that. He wasn't 6'6", like they always proclaim. Barkley more like a 6'3", 6'4" dude, but he played with such power and tenacity that you just thought he was a big man. He played like a big man. Barkley was, it's just sad that he couldn't get a ring. He just couldn't get that ring.
Yeah, he about the same size as Dwayne Wade and coming down with all rebounds and shit. They ain't calling the round man a rebound for no reason. I definitely would take Charles Barkley over Zion Williamson any day. But at the same time, Williamson is a lot more talented than Charles Barkley. Charles Barkley wish he had that kid's talent. Ooh. But it ain't all about talent all the time. It's definitely about toughness and hard work, dedication, being smart, all that kind of shit. What you do off the court, all that. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, salute to Charles Barkley, even though I don't care for him too much. The shit that he says, I don't really like him too much. But on the basketball court, can't deny him. Right.
Well, he do have he have his opinions, and a lot of them be strong. And remember back in the day, Nike made that they did that run with him where he was like, I am not a role model. Remember there were commercials where he was open up and say, I am not a role model. If you want a role model, you raise your kids or something like that. He was going hard in that commercial. It was surprising, and Nike even did such a thing.
Yeah. I don't like how you let Jordan son him and shit, though. That's one thing I don't like about Charles Barkley. Like, he told a story one time where him and Mike, they was out on the town doing some shit. I don't remember exactly the context, but they came across a homeless man. And the homeless man stuck his hand out trying to get some help and shit. And Charles Barkley pulled some money out and was about to give it to him. And Mike said, what you doing? Don't do that or some shit like that. If he can put his hand out for some money, he can say, welcome to McDonald's. Can I take your order? And everybody laughed about it and all that kind of shit. And that is true, I guess. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, stay out my business. Why the fuck you worried about who I'm giving some money to? Nigga, I'm grown. I don't need a nigga telling me shit about what I'm doing with my money. And that's exactly what I would have told Mike. Stay out my motherfucking business. But he listening to Mike and shit, being an old submissive motherfucker. I don't like that energy.
So he didn't give him the money because Mike told him not to?
That's what it sounded like. He didn't really fully finish the story and say what he did, but it sounded like he listened to Mike and didn't give it to him. And I just had to tell Mike, stay out my motherfucking business. I don't like no nigga telling me shit about what I'm doing. I don't give a fuck what I'm doing. Don't tell me shit about what I'm doing. That's just who I am. So when he said that shit, that stayed with me. Like, it stayed in my mind. It made me think, like, nigga, you really a hoe. Like, you gonna let another grown man question you or tell you something about what you doing? Like, nigga, I don't give a fuck if I'm playing in a pit full of skunks. Nigga, don't tell me shit about what I'm doing. I'm a grown fucking man. And if I want to help the next brother, that's what I'm gonna do.
Well, that's a funky situation.
I don't give a damn. That's what I'm doing. That's what I'm doing today. You know what I'm saying?
That man said, if I'm in a pit full of skunks, man, bro, you all right? Okay. Leave me alone. I'm doing what I want to do. Well, go ahead, your little funky ass. Have fun. Woo, man. Hyphy got a fantasy prediction. He says Virgil versus Madrimal. Virgil, Golden Boy Virgil.
Yep.
And Madrimal. Virgil, a hard-nosed dude. He got some skills. It'll be a good fight. I didn't get to see Madrimal, Terrence Crawford shut him down so bad to, I still would lean toward Madrimal.
I would lean toward Madrimal too, just off the pedigree scale. But at the same time, I think they made us some different type of stuff, in my opinion. I mean, I know Virgil tough. He done showed me that in the ring. I just don't trust his body. But as far as the pedigree scale, I got a dude that won silver at the Junior AIBA World Championships, and I got a guy that won gold at the Junior Olympics. And in my experience, the Junior Olympics is not something that can give you a good gauge of how good a guy is. You know what I'm saying? So even though he won that, I still got him about a 3.5, maybe a 4 if I want to be generous. You know what I'm saying? But it's still he going against a 4.5. So I got us to take that 4.5. You know what I'm saying? But you know, that'll be a good fight. One thing I'll tell you right now, if that fight was to happen, I'm putting a big bet on the fight going the distance because I think both of them are extremely tough and it's gonna go the distance. I don't see a knockout in that fight. I think you can bet a big bet on that going the distance and feel good about it and sleep good at night. You know what I'm saying? But that would definitely be a good fight to watch, though, for sure. But I got Madrimov.
But let them mess around and make that fight. I sure will. I told you I'm looking for one like that.
Yeah, we got a good one in Australia in the morning that I told you about. That Jerome Pampaloni versus Connor Wallace. That's one of them type of fights that you can put a big bet on the fight going the distance. Yeah, that's what it's gonna be. You know, you got Southpaw versus Orthodox. Connor Wallace is extremely tough, got a deep amateur background. Pampaloni extremely tough, got a deep amateur background. They both took some losses to some guys that can punch. They got high knockout percentages. They should go the distance. I mean, you know, ain't nothing impossible, of course. Ain't nothing guaranteed either. But I fully expect that fight to go the distance. And if it don't, I'll be shocked. You know what I'm saying?
Right. It'll be one of those times that boy Joseph Brown say, at Trey X, I don't give a damn. I'm gonna tell you to wash your ass, laughing out loud.
Yeah, tell me afterwards though, nigga. Let me do what I'm doing. That's the thing. Like if Mike would have said something afterwards, like if he done gave him the money and they done went on and he talked shit afterwards, I still would be like, stay out my business. But at the same time, you didn't interfere when I was doing what I was doing. You know what I'm saying? But don't come along questioning me when I'm trying to do something for sure.
I've heard that. Hearing that, I've heard many of these pros, old pros, ex-pros, speak about Mike. Sound like Mike was an asshole.
Oh, most definitely. He ain't likable at all.
Ain't it amazing how an image could be painted one way and the person could be totally the opposite?
Yep.
He showed us that can be done.
Yep.
On our side, you know, it's been done on the other side plenty of times. Hey, Rock Hudson had the women thinking he was the man. He was the man to some other man.
Yeah, one thing I ain't like about Mike is when he hit Steve Kerr in practice. Like, nigga, you gonna go find the smallest, softest nigga on the team, and that's who you gonna hit. You don't get no points for that. I bet if he wouldn't hit Oakley and all them other niggas. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't like people that's selective about their aggression. If it's free smoke, nigga, we got free smoke then, nigga. I don't care who coming with it. Don't try to fight Reggie Miller. Reggie Miller probably ain't never had a fight in his life. Are you trying to fight Reggie Miller? Like, nigga, that's weak to me. Fight niggas that's fighting back. That's why we talk about that shit in boxing. That's why I want to see Norman versus Boots, nigga. Fight somebody that's gonna fight back.
And truly prove that you is what you say you is. And Reggie Miller, he was getting beat up by Cheryl. So yeah, you know, he probably didn't have no real fight in his life. His big sister was always the tough one to let him tell the stories. Listening to him speak about growing up under her, it was always pretty much about her. Best female basketball player in the game at the time. Right now, I think she still holds the number one spot in basketball as far as females go.
I don't know, man. There's some women that's out there that done came afterwards that can give her a run. Nigga, I'm going Aja Wilson, though. I think she is special. I'm not bullshit. I think she is spectacular. That's who I'm going with all day.
I'm just speaking, you know, Cheryl, a legend, man. She like the GOAT in girls basketball.
It's like Lucia Riker in boxing. A lot of people still think Lucia Riker the GOAT. I say Carissa. So you know, it depends on how you look at it.
Hyphy said Shakur versus Edwin Valerio at 130.
Edwin Valero. Yeah, that's the dude that was undefeated, and he killed his wife. Like, I think he had some CTE or some shit like that. But he was tough as a motherfucker, man. That's who I said that Beatrice Ferrero remind me of. She like a female Edwin Valero. You know what I'm saying? But I think Shakur probably box him. Yeah, he said Shakur versus Edwin Valero. I'll give it to Shakur. I think he'll go out there and box him. Pedigree, scale, pick, all that shit. I got Shakur.
Why he kill his wife?
I think he had like some mental issues or some some CTE type shit.
Oh.
Yeah, he kind of remind me of that great middleweight that killed his wife too. You know, them fighters, man, you getting punched upside your head your whole life. I mean, it can have some effects.
Damn. That shook me right there on the cool for real. Like, what? Oh man. Eric Arden woke up. He said, "Man, I'm mad as hell. What's good, family? We started late anyway, so don't beat yourself up too much. I end up going to work, and then the dude was late coming. Man, if I could fire him, it wouldn't be because he was late coming to work. It would be because I'm hearing that he's not doing a job that's laid out for him. But anyway." He said, "I love how Isaiah, the smallest dude, always make Mike cry about the Pistons so much he kept him off the Olympic team and has man up to it." Well, for a long time, Joe, I remember, you know, that going down, and Mike always tried to say that Isaiah was the one that was like beat him up when they played. He was always for whatever reason, I don't know why, he always felt like Isaiah was the mastermind about the way the Detroit Pistons played Mike. And Mike said when it's obvious because they got it on camera and stuff. When Isaiah and them lost, and Mike and them finally got to go further into the playoffs because they got past the Pistons, Isaiah and them just walked off the court. You know, they didn't shake hands or nothing. They just walked past them, which I heard, you know, all of the Pistons pretty much say, shit, we was mad. You know what I'm saying? We don't want to sit there and shake your hand, which I can understand that. I can understand you got your ass kicked. You've been kicking ass for the last 4 years. And then this dude just come and beat your ass and they on their way to becoming champions. They done booted y'all out the way. So yeah, I can see him being mad like that. But to make a coup to keep arguably one of the best point guards, and I would have to say Isaiah got to at least be talent wise, the way he can handle the ball, shake your ass up and put you in the blender, get shots off. Man, he got to be top 50 point guards. Ever.
Top 50? This nigga done lost his goddamn mind.
You don't think so?
Nigga, top 50? Nigga, you can't even begin to give me 20 point guards better than fucking Isaiah Thomas. I thought you were gonna say at least top 5. Just to be conservative. Nigga,
I was calling myself being conservative about
the only ones I'm taking is Magic Johnson and Steph Curry. That's it.
Well, I'll call myself being conservative by putting up a big number.
Yeah, you tripped. I thought 50.
No, because to me, in my opinion, I always felt like Isaiah Thomas was the best point guard. Coming up and watching him play, I loved the Isaiah Thomas game. I thought he was the best. I'll take him over Magic as being the point guard. Yeah, Magic got some other things, you know, he real fly with it. He can run the point and everything, but Magic ain't gonna put you in that blender like Isaiah would. Magic ain't gonna have you going back and forth and have you falling down. Magic ain't gonna do that for you like that. Magic, Isaiah, top 5. But if you're gonna say the top 5 and Magic them in there, Isaiah gonna have to be number 1 or 2.
Yeah, I give him number 3. I'm gonna go Magic. Number 2, I go Steph, and then number 3, I go Isaiah, and even that might be disrespectful. You know what I'm saying? If you want to put Isaiah number 1 or number 2, whatever, I ain't tripping. You know what I'm saying? That's just like somebody saying they think Henry Armstrong the greatest of all time in boxing. Nigga, I ain't got no argument for you. I don't think so. I would take Sam Langford over him, but I ain't got no argument for you. So if you put Isaiah at number 1, I am not mad at you. I love them Piston teams anyway. And when they walked out, they didn't do nothing but stay in character. You know what I'm saying? In my opinion, from a distance, because that's a little bit before my time, it appeared that Bill Laimbeer was the leader of the team. And when I watched the documentary on the Pistons, he made it seem like it was his idea to get up and walk out and just stay in character. You know what I'm saying? I ain't mad at him, man. That's one of the best, most legendary teams of all time. Bad boy Pistons, nigga. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Heck yeah. I done made the chat jump. That boy Moody Trey. Oh, I feel you, Eric. Go ahead and shoot it to me. You got my number and everything. Just shoot it to me. I'm with you. Moody Treyweather say Joe Dumars shook their hand, but he was the only one. I like Joe Dumars. I guess he was more of a conservative the way he played. To me, it was always Isaiah. It was always Isaiah. Moody Treyweather say top 50 MZ. I was trying to be conservative, man. I was trying to be nice. I ain't want to seem like I was riding the man so hard. Be like, he's the best point guard to me. But yeah, okay, he say top 5 at least. Top 5 easy from Eric R. Yeah. My boy Joseph Brown said Isaiah is top 3-point guard of all time, easy. Okay. You know, I ain't tripping. I just threw the 50 out there so I wouldn't seem like, you know, I'm being. But if we just gonna be like that, they're the best to me. Eric R say Zeke over Magic. Magic got rings, but none without captain. His first was with the captain. The captain had to set him straight and let him know, hey, the ball go through me before you start shooting and start razzle-dazzling and all that. Give me the damn ball. The captain, hey, the unstoppable shot pretty much.
But when they didn't have Kareem and Magic went out there and said, never fear, Magic is here. That's one of the best finals performances in history. The fucking point guard went out there and played center and went for damn near 50 on them niggas. What he put up like 46 or 42, 17 and 7 or some shit, some crazy shit.
Some crazy numbers like that.
Some crazy shit from your point guard. That's one reason why I'd probably take him over Isaiah. And I know that we talking about like pure point guards, but just like the versatility of the player is why I would take him over Isaiah. But if we want to just talk about just straight point guard play, I ain't mad at you taking Isaiah number 1. You know what I'm saying? But let's not discredit Magic now, because Magic was a killer, boy.
Oh no, I ain't discrediting. And like you brought up the point. Yeah, I'm looking at him more pure point guard stuff like that. What growing up, what I thought the team should be built like. I felt like each position should play a certain way. I started learning the game that way. And when I saw Isaiah for the first time, and he was dribbling the ball between his legs, standing in front of the dude, and old boy stood in front of him and got down in his stance, and he left him. He just straight went around him like with no effort before the dude could even make a move. Isaiah was ridiculous with it, man. Joseph Brown said Isaiah and the Pistons did the Bulls what the Celtics did to the Pistons. Michael Jordan is a bitch. When it comes to Isaiah and the Pistons, they the only guy who Michael Jordan never bested like Isaiah Pistons over him.
Them Piston teams was tough though, boy. Of course, you got Isaiah, you got Joe Dumars, you got Bill Laimbeer. The first one, you had Rick Mahorn, you had Adrian Dantley, Mark Aguirre came through that motherfucker, Vinny the Microwave.
Vinny the Microwave Johnson. You forget the big name.
Dennis Rodman and
there
Like
young Dennis.
young Dennis, like them squads were just fucking crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like I can't even fault Mike for losing to him. You know what I'm saying? That was just his, not necessarily rite of passage, but they was somebody that he had to get through. Like they made him better. That's one thing about it, because they put them Jordan rules on him, and he had to get off in the weight room and get stronger and come back with something. And I respect him for that, you know, because some people will just lay down, but Mike didn't. He came back with something and got stronger. And he also got some help with Pippen and shit like that, I know. But he did respond in his own way and come back stronger, you know what I'm saying? But that's a tough hurdle to climb, nigga. The bad boy Pistons. Man, it's a bunch of niggas that get their ass whooped by them Pistons, hell, because even them Celtics that were beating them, I mean, goddamn, how many Hall of Famers they have on that team?
Ooh,
Man, them niggas was deep over there.
real deep.
Yeah,
Real
yeah.
deep. To do with the polka dot, I say polka dot, the freckled face guard. Doc Rivers was over there, Larry Bird, the Chief, Robert Parrish.
Yeah.
What was the other guy's name? With the long shoulders.
The big man.
Yeah, big man with long shoulders. He had
Was it
real.
Walton?
No, not Bill Walton. He had dark hair. Y'all help me out in the chat, man. He long white guy. Long white guy. He was out there with the Chief. It was him. Man, what's this dude's name?
I don't know, but I hear right now, Havlicek with the steal. Get that motherfucker the bird go up with that motherfucker. The Celtics win. That motherfucking Celtics boy was cold.
Man, what's this dude? I cannot. I gotta think of his name. Dennis Bird, McHale.
Oh,
Kevin
yeah,
McHale.
Kevin McHale. I don't know why the fuck. I thought you said him already for some reason.
No, I didn't say McHale. Thanks, Moody Treyweather. He said, I know I'm in the minority, but I love Zeke's handles over Iverson and Kyrie. Now you didn't put some nice. You just named two, in my opinion, when it comes to handles. You just named two good names with Isaiah and Kyrie. If I had to say that they both so close when it comes to the handles and what they can do with the ball. Oh man, that's a good one. I don't know. Isaiah's still number one. You know, in my opinion, he's still number one just because what he done. He got him some championships. The team that he was on, he wasn't no punk. You know, he wasn't soft. Even though people, you know, he was that smile and he give you that smile and go out there and silently assassinate your ass. That's what I loved about him. But man, I don't know, man. That's some good handles right there. You just threw into the mix like that. Eric R. Those two good names. I like all they handles. I like all they handles because they've all done some remarkable things with that ball. To have you saying like, wow, that's crazy. But anytime you got them practicing to do what you do, then you made a footprint on the game, and all three of them has done that.
Yeah, to me, I kind of agree with him because it seemed like Isaiah protected the ball a little bit better with his handle. Like his crossover and shit was a lot tighter than them other guys. Like when I think of Iverson, his crossover was like real wide. It almost looked like a carry. The referee started calling palming and shit once he kind of got on their bad side. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Kyrie definitely got a great handle, but I still think he don't protect the ball as good as Isaiah. Like even in the finals, this past finals, I saw Kyrie get ripped a few times in some crucial situations against the Celtics. And I know it was before my time with Isaiah, but just looking at the tape, it seemed like his handle was a little bit tighter, like more protected and shit. You know what I'm saying? And plus, he was a little bit ahead of his time because, like, he had a killer crossover and all that shit back then. And we think of the crossover being like the 90s and beyond and shit. But Isaiah was a bad motherfucker. So I can kind of understand why you say what you say.
Yeah. Yeah, Joseph Brown, we got it. Eric also say, shoot, even the Knicks back then would have served up LeBron's heat. The Knicks was a grinded out team to me, you know, with Patrick Ewing. You almost knew that the ball was going to Pat first before what's his name, John Starks and all that, you knew that the offense had to go through Pat. And Pat was a different kind of center, you know, because Pat could shoot. You know, he had a nice little jump shot. He can dominate in the paint, but he could take those big boys out and shoot a jump shot on them. That's what made them so deadly. Rick Mahorn, what was his name that left the Bulls and went over there? You named his name because he said that, you know, Mike knew not to fuck with him.
Ooh, Oakley.
Charles Oakley.
That's his best friend too.
He said Mike knew not to come with him with that bullshit. This
Yeah,
another dude.
The Knicks was tough. I just didn't like. I remember when Ewing missed that layup and shit to win the game, and I think about shit like that, and I'm like, well, when the pressure come on, can I trust the motherfuckers? I don't know, cause like I could trust Mike when the pressure come on. That's one thing I could say about him. It's like if you play pool with somebody and they about to beat you, and let's say they got an easy shot, like just an easy, almost straight on shot to beat you. But you know that they got a tipping point as far as their nerves. So they get down to the last shot, they about to win. You pull out a fat stack of money and throw it on the table, nigga. Bet whatever that is, nigga, that you don't make this last shot. And they like, what? This straight on shot right here? Bet. Then all of a sudden the motherfucking hands start sweating and getting clammy and that normally smooth shot, now all of a sudden it got a little hitch in it. Because you don't put that pressure on their ass. You know, so when I think about the Knicks, I'm just like, if you throw that money out there and you say bet that money that you don't hit this shot, I think they'll have that hit you miss that motherfucker. That's my only problem. But they was definitely very tough, man. What was that other tough motherfucker that they had that looked like Anthony Mason and all
Anthony Mason.
Yeah, them niggas were tough and shit back then, man. I like John Stark. John Stark come through dunk on niggas.
Dunked on the Bulls.
That's what I'm saying. Like they was tough, but it just seemed like when it comes to that crucial moment in crunch time, I think that their hands get a little sweaty.
Moody Trayweather say, I'm taking Kyrie, and it's not close with the handles. What? Man, I don't know how old you are, Moody, but all I can say is if you can go and find Isaiah, like Trey said, Isaiah not turning over that rock. You can forget that. That's one thing that's not gonna happen. He pulled out the flash where he needed to, but most of the time his moves and the way he did the ball and corrected himself and stopped and go and change the direction on you, that ball was always right there with him. Always right there with him. It wasn't never out like sometimes the way Kyrie and him would do. Allen Iverson, he did have a wide crossover, but he explained why. He hit you with a short one, and if you bid on that one, he hit you with the big one because he give you more of a thought that he was going to take off. But I feel you, Moody Trayweather. I can understand why you feel like that. Just understand, you know, I'm from that older era. I'm not taking nothing from Kyrie because I love the way he handled the rock. But if I had to lean toward him or Zeke, this is the reason why I take Isaiah over Kyrie. Isaiah proved in his time of battle that he was mentally ready to go through whatever needed to come through him, to come through on that court and situations. Kyrie has still yet to prove that he is mentally stable, that you can trust him mentally through the whole time.
You changing the argument though, because he's not saying that he would take Kyrie over Isaiah Thomas as a point guard. He said handles.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, so all this shit you talking about ain't got nothing to do with it.
Okay, Judge, my bad. I understand why you take Kyrie with the handles, but I'm still sticking with Zeke.
I think overall he would take Zeke over Kyrie if you just go on point guard comparison, but he talking about specifically handles. I can't be mad at him about that. I mean, goddamn, it's fucking Kyrie Irving. You know what I'm saying? But actually, I kind of think Kyrie overrated a little bit though, man. I know that's very unpopular, you know what I'm saying? But I just remember seeing him struggling and shit, like on some sorry ass teams before LeBron came along. And then after he got with LeBron, his profile seemed to raise a lot. So where everybody started recognizing how good he was and shit. But I remember he used to get his ass fucking kicked out there when he was with them Cavs.
Yeah,
Them niggas was
it
out
was
there
his team.
getting their ass blown the fuck out there, losing 50 games and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, but at the same time, I do understand that, like Isaiah Thomas, for example, he was on a stacked ass team, just like Magic Johnson was. If you flip the script and put Kyrie on the bad boy Pistons, or you put Kyrie on the Showtime Lakers, hell, he probably win a bunch of championships too. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, I do. I give you the players. I give you the players. When Kyrie was there, he did not have a strong team with supporting cast around him with the Cavs at all. At all. I just wish he had been more susceptible to accepting the fact that LeBron was coming back to his team and used that to his advantage completely instead of wanting to leave to prove himself. And he ended up for a short time looking like a cancer going to the different teams because you end up alienating themselves from them. But I'm not here to pick on that stuff. I got you, Moody Trey. Whether you're gonna take him over, you're gonna take him with the handles. I ain't mad at you on it.
I was gotta say this too.
Uh-huh.
I saw Drew Holiday get up in them in them finals, and I it's like everything that happened is part of your story. And I do recognize that he got some crazy handles. He a crazy scorer, crazy good player. But I saw Drew Holiday get up in him. And like I said, I saw him rip him a few times in some tight spots.
Situations.
Yeah, some crucial situations. He got ripped. You know what I'm saying? So like, I gotta keep that part of the equation too. Like I literally saw in the fucking finals, all the chips on the table. Drew Holiday got up in you and put that defense on your ass. You know what I'm saying? And it is what it is on that.
Right. Eric is making his pick a little more known. He said, when I'm talking about science, I'm talking about Isaiah. So he got different reasons to like the different guards. It was Parrish and Z. No, it was damn, McHale. It was McHale. It was Kevin McHale. I had said Parrish, but it was Kevin McHale was the other dude with the Frankenstein shoulders. That's what I used to call it. Patrick Ewing, Oakley, Anthony Mason, Starks. They was nasty. Yeah, Starks. I wish I still had that poster because Mike tried to get out the way when he came to do that dunk, when he dunked on the Bulls that night. Mike was trying to get out the way so he didn't get dunked on. He said, Joseph Brown said, even Isaiah say Kyrie. So I say Kyrie. Okay. It is what it is. One guy who was the godfather, Rod Strickland. Oh,
man. That's Kyrie's godfather. So that's partly why he got the handle that he got, because Rod Strickland been training him since he was a little kid.
Man, how could I not think about saying Rod Strickland's name? Another cold handles. Oh my gosh. I love that dude's game too. And they just, I don't know, the NBA had certain times just wasn't right about themselves and how they did certain people.
Man, I used to like Tim Hardaway back in the day, man. Tim Hardaway come down, put that crossover on your motherfucking ass. I had the nigga shoes and everything. At the time, he had the lightest basketball shoes that ever was made. Them bitches were clean too, man. I need to go see if I can find them old Tim Hardaway. Them light ass shoes, feeling good on your feet. But he had a mean crossover for your ass, though, boy.
Shoot, at one point they say the fastest crossover in the game.
Yeah, Tim wasn't no joke, boy.
That boy come down and be gone, and you be like, what just happened? Tim Hardaway.
Hardaway, good, man. Tim Hardaway, Amar. I'm thinking about Stoudemire. I'm tripping like a motherfucker.
You finna say Stackhouse, huh?
Damon. Was it Damon?
You thinking about Stackhouse?
No, I'm tripping like a motherfucker. I'm thinking about Penny Hardaway. That's what I'm thinking about. Yeah.
That's Tyra Banks, fool. Penny Hardaway. Yeah. Magic's point guard. Cold with it. Could handle, could shoot. Good defense. And he had the Shaq monster with him. Oh, that was a hell of a squad. The Anderson boys.
Especially when they got old boy from the Bulls, man. Grant.
Grant, Horace. He had a twin brother, Harvey Grant, that played too.
Yeah, I mean, he played for I want to say the Trailblazers back in the day. But yeah, I was talking about Horace Grant though. I need to go out there and get some rebounds on your motherfucking ass and play some defense.
Yeah. Shoot. I always say, I'm a Bulls fan. I like Mike. But the truth is, as good as Mike was, and getting beat up, lifting weights, I know the story. As good as he was, he did not cross those hurdles without Scottie Pippen and Horace Grant. Those two rookies are, in my opinion, the cornerstone to help get Mike over. Scottie Pippen really was a hinge because Scottie was there all the way through for Mike. Scottie Pippen made the game easy for Mike. In my opinion, people don't give Scottie. I'm not understanding why they give him such a hard time. Maybe because he spoke against Mike. I don't know. But Scottie, without Scottie, I don't think Mike would have six championships, no three-peat. I don't believe he would have did that.
Fuck no. I mean, but at the same time, all good players need teammates. You know what I'm saying? Like, ain't nobody name me now player that took 4 scrubs or one good player that took 14 other scrubs, if you want to include the bench, and took that shit to a championship. Like, whoever done that? I just seen some people go deep. Like LeBron went deep with the Cavs. I saw Allen Iverson. I know y'all might say, well, goddamn, that was a good team, but I done seen better teams, and I felt like Iverson dragged them motherfuckers to the finals to go against the Lakers. I know they had the Dikembe Mutombo and Eric Snow and all the motherfuckers, but that wasn't just no all-star cast.
Yeah, I was just going to speak on it. Mutombo, you give him his props because he was tall and he could defend, but he really wasn't no powerhouse when it come to getting you some points. He wasn't doing that. He can get you some rebounds, but he was not getting you points that you would need. Eric Snow, he was an all right player, superstar. No, he was not a superstar player. He was just a good role player. Somebody you can feel you can depend on, but I felt like if they needed, they would have to have somebody to really be the starter to come in front of him, somebody who had a better game. Eric Snow was all right, but he, like you said, they weren't no stars on that team. It was Allen Iverson and company.
And he would have to go out there and put up 50 sometimes to win. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
But he couldn't get a ring with that. So, it still remains the same that if you're a good player, you need some teammates. You need some help.
Right.
Like, think about the Dream. Think about them team Dream had in Houston. Them motherfuckers was deep. You know what I'm saying? Or think about San Antonio with Tim Duncan and all them niggas. They was deep. Even that one championship that the Dallas Mavericks won that year, they was deep. I'm talking about top to bottom. They was deep. One of my favorite teams is the Celtics when they had the big 3, or you could say the big 4 if you want to include Rondo. One of the deepest teams that I ever seen before. They got fucking Tony Allen coming off the bench and shit playing defense. James Posey playing defense and shooting them threes on them niggas and shit. Oh my God, that team was just so deep. Those niggas coming off the bench and shit. We ain't even talking about Ray Allen and Rondo and KG and Paul Pierce. We ain't even talking about all that. We talking about them other niggas.
Right.
Like Leon Poe, Big Baby Davis. They also had Kendrick Perkins. I mean, it was just a deep ass fucking team. Like, all the good players, you got to have some help to win.
Man, why Charles Barkley was shooting at Kendrick Perkins talking about you average 5 points a game?
That was his role. I mean, he was there to play some defense, get rebounds.
That's it.
And before he got hurt and tore his ACL, he was really a monster out there playing that defense. But he got hurt. Let's not take that off the table.
Big Perk. That's what they used to call him. Big Perk. Let me say, Zeke would dribble the ball between your shoestrings. He'd be rolling around on the damn floor and still not traveling. Yeah, him and that ball was like one when they was on the court. He can keep that ball bouncing while he was doing whatever it was he was doing. That man was good with it. He said, I think going back to me speaking on Kyrie leaving the Cavs. Eric Garza, I think LeBron low-key encouraged Kyrie to leave first so the Cavs wouldn't hold his second departure to him. That's my theory, because it seemed very convenient. In my opinion, I'm going to say that LeBron always wanted to go to the Lakers. That was like his dream spot to go to, you know, and by hell or high water, he was going to figure out how to get there. So I agree with you on that. It was kind of convenient. Rod Strickland, he said, God, Sham God, and Kenny Anderson was the next generation dribbling trinity. Kenny Anderson. Don't remember him too much. Kenny Anderson. The name is ringing like a mug, but I can't picture his face.
Yeah, me neither for some reason.
U-Tips, two-step, Tim Hardaway. He said Scotty guarded the toughest assignments from 1 to 4. Yeah, Scotty was because his length, you know, his height, his arm span, and everything that played a great role for him. Scotty can give you some points. He can get the rebound, start the offense. Scotty was what would you call the dude that does everything?
Jack of all trades, or a Swiss Army knife, or
yeah, something like that's Scottie Pippen. That's Scottie Pippen. You know, he got put they tried to brand him as being soft and stuff like that. You know, when he first came in, you know, he had to go through the poundings like Mike had to go through. They didn't call Mike soft. Scotty went to the gym and bulked up, you know, got stronger and stuff like that. Also, once he got a chance to face Detroit and see that they wasn't playing with him. Then you playing basketball out here. You come to the hole, you paying for it. Basketball not like that. Moody Trey
if Scotty played today, he'd go out 1 through 5. You know, and he was a monster. My only problem with him was the headache, the migraine game. I thought that shit was soft as fuck. But outside of that, shit, Scotty was a killer.
True, this is true. I felt bad for him when they gave him the ghost foul. When he got the Bulls deep into the playoffs, they was on their way to the championship, making it without Mike. And that referee called that bull-ass foul.
Oh, yeah, it was another thing he did, too, because Phil Jackson wanted to run a play through Tony Kukoc, like the last play of the game. And Scottie Pippen didn't even want to go on the floor because he felt like the play should have went through him. So instead of supporting the coach and the team and going out there doing your job, you want to sulk and cry like a bitch on the bench while your team is out there trying to win it. And Kukoc went out there and drained that shit too and won the motherfucking game. So Scotty kind of like a
prima donna.
Yeah, like, you know, he kind of whine and cry a little bit, and he can be a little diva and all that kind of shit. And that's probably why people don't like him too much. You know what I'm saying? But he still was very talented, and he was a killer, though.
Yeah, I think he might have wanted a little appreciation as Mike was getting all the glory. It was like, dude, you know, I'm here too. This ain't happening without him. I think Scotty might have fell a little victim to that. A little jealousy.
Then they fucked his money off that one time too. Like, he was grossly underpaid. I can't remember how that shit went, but I know they were paying that nigga crumbs for a long time. That might have been partly too why he was pissed off. Shit, nigga, I'm over here getting paid this bullshit contract, and he's and Mike over there getting paid in this motherfucker, nigga, and I'm over here contributing to this shit too. You know what I'm saying? So I can see that.
Yeah. Mike wasn't one of the highest paid. He made most of his money off of his endorsements. The Bulls had some kind of way of, they were some assholes really in that front office over there. They had a good thing and just didn't want to keep it going and pay those men like they should have been paying. Or you got the face of basketball on your team. You got arguably the best utility man on your team in Scottie Pippen. And
it was
these two dudes,
Scotty was getting paid like $1.4 million or some shit. Like, he was grossly underpaid. he was one of the most underpaid top players in the fucking league. Like, you got to go see what I'm talking about. Like, if you read that shit, you're gonna be like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go pull it up. It's been so long. My memory is not pulling it to me.
Yeah, Jordan, Scottie Pippen's contract was night and day for a while. Scottie wasn't even in the double digits.
That's terrible. Moody Trayweather say Hakeem was close to that. I think he's saying close to taking a team that wasn't good.
What? What the
I
fuck?
can't remember. Hakeem was always surrounded by a good Rockets team. You know, like I was thinking, he was on there with Ralph Sampson, Kenny the Jet,
Sam Cassell, Mario Elie. They had Robert Ory. They had Vernon Maxwell. They
Jordan
had
locked down.
Otis Thorpe. If I sit here long enough, we can come with all kind of names. Them niggas was deep over there, nigga. They were hooping like a motherfucker.
Yeah, the Rockets had
they had some deep teams, nigga. Shit. And they was tough. Like Otis Thorpe and them niggas were tough back then, man.
That dude had some big ass hands. That man had hands like catcher's mitts.
That second championship, Clyde Drexler came through and pulled up. You know what I'm saying? Like they were hooping out there, man.
And just I have to say this because I have to bring it up. You know, a lot of times you hear people say, "Oh, the old school ballers didn't change teams to try to get a ring." Clyde Drexler did.
Yeah,
he went to the Rockets to get a ring. Charles Barkley went to the Rockets to try to get a ring.
Try to get one. He went to the Suns and he was with the Suns too.
Yeah, with Dan Marley. Then he was with the Suns for a minute. He went to the Rockets after because he lost to Jordan them with the Suns. He put up a hell of an effort too with the Suns that year. Barkley was balling that year, hitting threes and shit. He was a man on fire that year, but it was the Bulls. It was always the Bulls.
Yep, look at Mark Aguirre, former #1 pick in the draft, and he went to the Pistons to go get him a ring. Went to them bad boys. They lost Adrian Dantley, and they came back with Mark Aguirre. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's some history of players changing teams to go get them one. You remember when Gary Payton and Karl Malone went to the Lakers to try to go get them a ring?
I sure do.
But they ran into them other bad boy Pistons with Ben Wallace and all them niggas.
That's right.
And Rip Hamilton and Chauncey Billups and shit.
That's the team.
They went out there and put their defense on them niggas.
That's the team that if you had to look at all the teams across the board, that would be the team I would say that you would have to pick and say that team wasn't a superstar-studded team. It was just a team of all good ball players that played their hearts out and played to their strengths. Rip Hamilton, one of the coldest 12-foot to 15-foot jump mid-range. Mid-range was ridiculous, something that the game had forgot about, it seemed like at the time when he was in there. Chauncey Billups, one of the point guards, not flashy, get the ball down. You got a guard that's too little. He turned his back to him and post him up. He can cross you up. But he made good decisions, had a nice jump shot. Ben Wallace, Big Ben, pulling down rebounds. Not the most adept at scoring in the paint, but he can get you at least 10, but he gets you those rebounds and second chance points. Rasheed Wallace. What can I say about Rasheed? He was a Dennis Rodman on steroids. He'd go after the ball. He can get you some points, attitude, tough as nails, all that, man. Come on. That's the only team that I could say if you had to lay them all down, that would be the team that I would have to pick out and say, this was a hell of a team because they didn't have superstars.
Don't forget about Tayshaun Prince out there hitting them open threes and playing defense with them long-ass pterodactyl-looking arms that nigga had. But yeah, it's still different. It wasn't like it one superstar that drug a bunch of scrubs. It was just a well-balanced team with very good players, but not necessarily a superstar. So I think that's a little bit different than what we was talking about earlier. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, salute to the motherfucking bad boy Pistons going out there holding niggas under 70 points and shit. some shit that we'll never see again. A team that's routinely holding niggas under 70, 75 points. Nigga, when the last time you seen that?
Yeah. They was tenacious with their defense. They
The
played
best-
their schemes well.
The best defensive team in the history of basketball, if you ask me. Which don't
And
mean
that's-
shit because I don't know shit, but I'm just saying, according to what I've seen, I ain't never seen a team that routinely held you under 70. You know what I'm saying?
You're right.
Like,
You're
yeah,
right.
it's crazy because they wasn't putting up a bunch of points themselves. They'll go out there and beat your ass 68 to 84. You know what I'm saying? But that was
68 to 74.
yeah, that was just a straight up lockdown defensive team. Like, just think about that. They went out there and locked down Shaq and fucking Kobe and Karl Malone and Gary Payton and Rick Fox and what's the
They
little
locked down every damn body.
yeah, I'm just saying that's one of the coldest teams assembled, and they went out there and got locked down by the motherfucking bad boy Pistons.
Eric, I'll say that he killing LeBron. LeBron would be on suicide watch if he had to play with the roster Iverson had to play with in the finals.
Yeah, that was tough. That was tough.
But he showed no quit.
That
He
first
just kept
game though
going.
gave you some hope though. When Iverson went out there and went for like 50 in that first game, I said, okay, maybe these niggas got a chance. Shit, nigga got them Lakers fucked up. Nigga Shaq went down there and dunked on Mutombo immediately in the next.
Two lighting their ass. Two lighting their ass. The only two people that I saw Shaq not be able to bully was
Yeah,
boy Yao Ming. He wasn't able to bully Yao Ming. Shaq said Yao Ming was a tough player for him to play against. And the other guy's name is slipping my mind, but he was a big boy too. Shaq wasn't bumping him around like that and dogging him. Akeem. Akeem gave Shaq the blues.
Yeah. He abused Shaq with that dream shake and shit. It was unfair. But that was a young Shaq though. It wasn't the Lakers Shaq. That was an Orlando Magic Shaq. You know, the Lakers
was learning Shaq.
Yeah, prime Shaq was with the Lakers when he was big boy Shaq. I don't know if Dream could have fucked with big boy Shaq. But you know, that young Shaq, he used him.
Used and abused him. Had him all in the washing machine down there in the paint. Jumping up and down and what are you doing?
Yeah. A Dream was so good, don't nobody give a fuck about them taking him over Jordan. So
right.
Yeah.
People don't remember that Akeem, not only Akeem, but the dude that went to the Trailblazers. Sam Bowie. Yep.
Yeah, about all across Texas, you won't hear nobody complain about the Lakers getting Hakeem over Jordan. That is a hell of an accomplishment. People
Rockets.
off in Portland, nigga, they don't do nothing but cry about taking Bowie over Jordan. You know what I'm saying? So that's the difference.
Ivy say the four greatest players have to be Jokic, Kareem, LeBron, and Steph.
He probably going out the MVP shit.
Well, if you're gonna put them on a list, you should have put Kareem first. For the simple reason that man he brought a shot to the game that has not been duplicated and was pretty much unstoppable for the whole time in his career that he played. That sky hook was ridiculous.
He got like 6 rings. He had the longevity, was the points leader until LeBron broke the record. I'm not mad if somebody say Kareem is the greatest of all time because I know a lot of the old school used to say that. I don't hear it too much no more, but you know, the old school that I used to listen to talk about not boxing, but basketball and shit. They would talk about Kareem was the GOAT.
Yeah, Kareem, they Wilt Chamberlain, who was a phenomenal, he was a freak. He was big like Shaq. but agile and everything like that. He just couldn't get over the hump. He would fall all the time to what's his name?
Bill Russell.
Bill Russell.
But he got him 2 rings though.
Yeah, he got him 2 rings. But it was just, the time that he was playing, he most dominant, but just couldn't get past Bill. He did get his rings.
He was a finesse player though. That's the only thing about him. Like looking at his size, like his stature compared to the people around him, I thought he was gonna be the Shaq of his day. But when I looked at him play and look at his highlights and everything on YouTube, he was a finesse player. He was shooting fadeaways and shit all day. I think he should have been down there banging with the motherfucker. Then you bigger than everybody. Then you a foot taller than everybody. What you shooting fadeaways for? Even though it was effective, don't get me wrong. He was getting his points. But I like to get points and put physicality on the motherfucker. I don't just want the points. I want to put an elbow in your chest and then get a point. I just think that's better as the game goes on. Wear the man down. If I'm shooting fadeaways, I can't wear you down. But if I go down there and bang with you, I want you to be in halftime locker room icing up. And after the game, nigga, I want ice on everything. I want ice on your knees, on your shoulders, nigga, across your chest. I want ice everywhere, nigga. But that's what Shaq gonna give me. You know what I'm saying? But I can't get that from Will Chamberlain because he was just a little bit too finesse for my liking for that time period.
Oh well, I think if my memory serves me correctly, at the time there was a period that they had stopped dunking. He wasn't allowed to dunk.
Yeah, I don't need to dunk though. I'm talking about just being physical.
Right.
Just because you can't dunk don't mean that you got to shoot 90% fadeaways. You know what I'm saying? We can get physical and shoot a layup, nigga, but let's get physical with these motherfuckers. They too small. They shouldn't be able to touch you. Like, not necessarily not touch you, but they shouldn't be able to hang with you at all. You know what I'm saying? Like even Bill Russell shouldn't be able to fuck with no Will Chamberlain. I know Bill Russell was a bad man, but he should not be able to fuck with no Will Chamberlain with all them physical advantages. Fuck no. But at the same time, to be fair, Bill Russell didn't stop him. He just put up a little roadblock in front of him. That's all he did because Will Chamberlain still got his points. I just think it would have been better if he would have beat the hell out of Bill Russell in the paint and still got his points.
I feel you, Tracy. Get down there, throw that elbow in his throat when you turn around toward the paint. You spread your arms out and get big. So when you turn, people got to get out the way because those elbows are sharp.
Absolutely.
Joseph Brown said Kenny Anderson played with. Oh wait, that's not. Yeah, that's it. Kenny Anderson played with Derek Coleman on those New Jersey Net teams with Petrovic, and he was a bad man also.
Yeah, that was the
man.
He was like a prophecy of the shit that was gonna come in the future from all them foreign players and shit across seas.
Right.
Yeah, because they doing it right now. And shit, Petrovic get up in there and shoot them jumpers. That's the one that died in a car wreck, right?
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I think that's the one that died in a car wreck. But he was a shooting motherfucker. If I'm talking about the right person, this dude was cold. And ain't no telling where he would have went if he ain't getting that car wreck. That motherfucker was bad.
Huh. Kenny Anderson is the guy that, oh no, he said, never mind, that was Nick Anderson. Nick Anderson is the guy that missed the 2 free throws in a row to lose the first game in the finals against the Rockets. Man, he never came back from that.
Yeah, that's who I was thinking. I was like, damn, that's the dude that played for Orlando. But I was like, nah, I don't think that didn't sound right. You know what I'm saying? It didn't seem right.
Eric R said he ran into Tony Kukoc a few times. That nigga is tall as shit. Big old skyscraper.
Yeah, he was like,
I think Tony 6'11".
Yeah, I thought 6'10", but shit, he up there.
Yeah, 6'10", 6'11", one of them. He said, yeah. Oh, Moody Trayweather hitting us with the contract. He said Scotty signed a 10-year, $10 million contract.
Yeah, some old crazy shit like that is what I'm talking about. Nigga, I probably would have been mad too. Nigga, fuck y'all, nigga.
Why would you sign that?
I can't. It was some context around that shit. I can't remember exactly. Yeah, I think it might be on that Last Dance documentary that they talked about it. Either that one or it was another documentary that I seen. I think it might have been a documentary that talked about the three-piece. But it was some kind of coercion or something that made him sign that contract. But he definitely was unhappy with it. You know what I'm saying? And I think that affected his personality like it would anybody. These niggas
Right.
getting paid 25, 30 million. And here you come with 10 million over 10 years. Like, nigga, what?
And I'm a champion.
All kind of shit. Defensive player of the year type nigga and all that. Like, man, come on.
Yeah. First team defensive player.
Yeah.
See, Rockets team was another team that stayed. Oh, you're right, Joseph Brown. Rockets team was another team that stayed beating the Jordan Bulls in the regular season. I for one can honestly say I was glad that they never faced them in playoff time, because the Bulls had nothing for Akeem Olajuwon, and then the Rockets also boasted Vernon Maxwell, who played hard defense. They called him the Jordan stopper, which a lot of people make jokes about. They like, yeah, you stopped him from scoring 32 and he scored 24. Well, that's a hell of a big dip when you need those points. So yeah, the Rockets, who did they have for Akeem? What's his name? With that old
Luke Longley or Bill Winnington?
Luke Longley was there at one point. Bill Winnington was there at one point. But it's another guy with the gray and it had that great thing. Looked like he had spit on his. He had spit on his chin all the time. Had a real flicky shot. His arms would be straight up in the air, and he just shoot it with his wrist. Man, black guy. I can't remember his name though.
Center?
Yeah, he played center.
I don't know.
Y'all help me out, man. I can't remember the dude's name, but I'm sure y'all know who I'm talking about.
Whatever the nigga name was, he couldn't hold.
He couldn't do shit with the Dream. Hell no. Whenever the Bulls faced the Dream had a good game. Always. He just there was nothing they can do with it. So yeah, I'm glad. I'll say it now, say it always then. I'm glad that the Rockets didn't have to, the Bulls didn't have to run up against the Rockets in the playoffs. Good point, Joseph Brown. The Rockets was always giving the Bulls fits. Good point. He said, Eric all say Charles was old by the time he went to the Rockets. He was 36.
Yeah, he
still
was
trying to get a ring, though.
Yep.
He felt like the magic had happened for Clyde to Glide. He was like, shit, why not let it happen for me? They still got the Dream over there. They still has Sam Cassell left yet?
I think so. Don't start me lying, though. I thought he had all
Big Shot Bob had left. He went to the Spurs. Yeah, Barkley just was a minute too short, too late. Don't forget about Prince, Rashid. Yeah, I remember them. Dirk. Remember Tom Chambers? They got a clip. It's a clip. Tom Chambers was 6'10", could jump out the gym. They got a clip. I don't know if you remember. They used to make. They used to have these tapes, dunk tapes. They called them the dunk tapes, where they had all the livest dunks that happened in the NBA for that year. And it opens up with Tom Chambers. He is so high in the air, bro, that he have to turn his head and pull his arms down in order for the dunk to be made. And he's going over somebody.
Yeah.
That's one of that dude there, man. He was the first white guy that I was like, damn, he could jump.
Is that the one that won the dunk contest?
Tom Chambers?
Yeah.
Did Tom Chambers win a dunk contest?
Who was the white dude that won the dunk contest? He came from the free throw line with two hands.
That might be him. Blonde hair?
I don't remember what color his hair was, but I remember that motherfucker coming from that free throw line and getting 50s. I remember that shit. Two hands from the free throw line. White dude.
I think that's the dunk that I'm talking about. He kind of had to turn his head, or he was high. He was up there.
This is in the dunk contest. You talking about the in-game dunk, huh?
Wait, no, it's not an cause like my memory is serving me. It's a video, it's a tape where they were showing all the dunks. I don't remember if it's from the dunk contest or it's an in-game contest, because the camera angle where it is like the camera is even with the rim. And you see him turn his head over, and he have to pull his arms down where the ball is by his head for him to make the dunk, because that's how high over the rim he was.
Yeah. Yeah, whatever it was, he a goddamn Skywalker. Huh?
Yes. What's the dude that used to play for Cleveland? That used he did the 360 back. He would do the 360 backwards because he would do it with Larry Nance. Oh my goodness. Larry Nance was a dunk champion, dunk contest champion. Oh, say it right, T. Larry Nance could jump his ass off, bro. I mean, seeing Larry Nance, Dr. J, Dominique Wilson, Michael Wilkins, Michael Jordan, those dudes made me fall in love with being able to jump and wanting to dunk and get over the rim. It's just seeing them jump so effortlessly. Oh my gosh, man! Spud Webb dunk contest champion.
Yeah, I came up on Vince Carter, man. One of my favorite moments as a youngster is when I went to see Toronto play the Dallas Mavericks, and that was before they got Steve Nash and all them niggas. They was sorry. So everybody in the arena, they came to see Toronto. And this is when they had Vince Carter and they had Tracy McGrady as a rookie. And he came off the bench. Yeah, he came off the bench and went for 30. Vince Carter had like 32, all kind of highlight dunks, 360 in the lane, catching alley oops. It seemed like Tracy McGrady didn't never miss. Like everything he threw up seemed to go in. I didn't know nothing about Grady at that time. I was a youngster. I was probably like 15 or something like that. Who the fuck is this? They said, nigga, that's McGrady. I said, shit, he looked like he gonna be pretty good because he was a rookie. That motherfucker was cold, man. They blew the Mavericks out. But it was just a fun time to go out there and see a prom. Vince Carter and Tracy McGrady. Nigga, that shit was crazy.
Yeah, Tracy McGrady. T-Mac was a killer. That's his name, Bill Cartwright, the center that I was talking about that had nothing.
That's Bill who I was thinking about when I said Winnington. I was thinking about Cartwright with his weird shooting ass.
Yeah, Winnington, a white boy.
Yeah, I was thinking about Cartwright.
Yeah, Cartwright with an old flicked ass shot. Couldn't do nothing with him. Nothing. Man, the 04 teams. Moody Trayweather said, man, the 04 Piston team went to the All-Star game and shut that shit down. They was a defensive squad, man. Oh, everybody liked to play defense on that team. Just because the easiest way, in my opinion, to get a basketball game to go in your way is that the point guard, shooting guard, or off guard, whatever way you want to call it, both of your forwards and your center all equally laid on the line and play defense. I mean, under control defense, up in you. When you shoot, they chest you like they supposed to with their hands straight up in the air. They box out for the rebound. When you do that, one, you're gonna make the shooters nervous because you all in their space. You know what I'm saying? Unless that dude is just, cold with it, he don't give a damn. He gonna shoot regardless. But that defense always all over him, diving for the loose ball. One missed dribble, you on the floor, everybody on the floor trying to get the ball. That playing to the other team's mind. If they ain't ready for that, and you doing this the whole game, all game throughout, nothing is deterring you from playing defense. Before you know it, they done shot 5-6 shots, missed them all. You done got the rebound and you done scored on all of them. That brings immense pressure in the game. That's the defense wins championships all out. Defense, not offense. Defense. That boy Joseph Brown said Hakeem was schooled. Come on now. That's the dream. That's the dream. Once he got it, once Houston get to brag about him in more ways than one because he went to their school. He went to their college. went to the pros, learned how
Five
to.
slammer jammer, nigga.
That's right, Five Slammer Jammer. He was there, Houston. So Houston get to brag about the dream from start to finish. We got him right after he stopped playing soccer. Well, I say we, you know what I mean.
You know what? And it's a damn shame because I'm just now realizing that they reunited him and Clyde Drexler from the Five Slammer Jammer, and they reconnected. They reconnected with the Rockets and won a championship together.
Ain't that something?
Yeah.
You just made it click in my mind.
Yeah. I ain't even realized that shit.
Wow, that is something. Moody Trayweather said Iverson's 76ers was the only team to give the Lakers a loss in their postseason. This is true. Iverson went out there. He did the impossible. Well, it's not impossible because he did it. He did what would have seemed to be the impossible because that game, he just refused to let them lose. They go down and score. He went down and scored. They went down and scored. He went down and scored. He getting rebounds. He was doing everything. It's just a shame that the 76ers front office wouldn't put that team together like they needed to for that man. They was more about, well, we selling tickets, and that's all that count, really. That's all they really cared about. Seemed like winning the championship wasn't really in their plans. Joseph Brown said rules are different. Rules was different back then, Trey X. They couldn't even dunk when he was in his prime. Yeah, but Trey X was like, no, fuck that. You, the Big Dipper, Wilt Chamberlain, unstoppable, 290 pounds, 7 foot, what was he? 7 foot, what was Wilt Chamberlain? 7'2", 290. Trey said, get down there, put that back to him, put that power dribble down, step deep, turn around, put it off the glass. Make them feel him. That's what Trey saying. Instead of being finesseful with him, he was saying after every game, whoever was holding Wilt should have been like, damn, next game, y'all gonna have to hold that motherfucker.
Yeah, ice up, son. Ice up. That's what I want to see, nigga. Don't go out there and shoot all fadeaways. Punish them niggas down there. You can't punish them with a fadeaway.
Oh, is Moody Trayweather part of the in the Discord?
Yeah, he in there. He don't never say shit, but he off in there though.
Yeah, Moody, if you want to join the stream, the link inside the Discord, just go ahead and click it. You can come on in.
Yeah, don't jump on because I just put some food in the oven. It's going on 2 a.m. and I'm hungry.
Time to eat.
Yeah.
Damn, I just realized that my blunt fell down and I don't see it. Oh, I'm tripping. I didn't. There it is. Clyde. Oh, Eric also said, wait, did I miss something? Scotty needed the money. Oh, here it is. He said Scotty needed the money because his dad was sick. And the next year, the TV money came. And that's why everybody started getting paid big contracts. Oh, good spiel right there, Joseph Brown. So that explains the 10-year, $1 million deal. Scotty was doing it to help his dad. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the new one. We got Moody Trayweather joining the panel. What's going on, Trayweather?
Salute.
We can't hear you.
Hey, what it do? How y'all doing?
It's going down.
So with it.
You can't hear me?
Yeah,
Yeah, we hear you.
Hold on.
If you got us on YouTube, turn the YouTube volume down and just listen to the volume inside the in the stream yard.
Yeah, it's probably his first time getting on, so you gotta have a little patience.
Excuse me. Eric Carr said Clyde was one of his favorite basketball players.
Oh yeah.
Clyde the Glide Drexler.
Yeah. He might have been the number 2 shooting guard behind Jordan in the game at one point.
He was also one of the reasons that the Trailblazers didn't pick Jordan, because they felt like they had Clyde. They was like, we don't need to get another dude like Clyde. We already got that.
Exactly. That's a good point. But in hindsight, nigga, fuck that shit, nigga. Get Jordan and make that nigga play power forward or something, then, nigga. Don't pass up Jordan. You know what I'm saying?
You're right. Right. In hindsight, shit, everybody would have been trying to work a deal to get his ass.
Yeah. I heard one executive say he would have drafted Jordan and made the nigga play center instead of passing him. You know what I'm saying?
Just get him on the team.
Yeah.
All right, I'm good now.
Okay.
Right, what's on your mind, brother? What's up?
Nah, it sounded like y'all need a little help on that basketball. I'm an expert at that shit. So y'all, I go through y'all to learn about boxing, but basketball is that first sport for me.
Well, come on with your spiel. Let's hear something. What you got?
Oh, cool. I was just backing y'all up when y'all needed like help with the players. Y'all needed to. I was on that type of time.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
shoot, that's right up the block.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So I'm still listening, but I'm gonna chime in.
Yeah, I'll be
Okay.
the first to tell you I don't know shit about basketball. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, do your thing.
Yeah, yeah, I got you.
Eric also say Robert Horry and Sam was still there. I think Horry was moved for Barkley. Yeah, that's what I was saying. I didn't know Sam. I thought Sam had left when Barkley got there, but I knew that Horry was gone by the time Barkley got there. Big Shot Bob had went on. Had he went to San Antonio, or was it the Lakers? Who did he? My memory don't help me
I
out
think
there.
he went to the Lakers first, then he went to San Antonio to get the other two.
Okay, that's what it was. But I knew he was not there with them anymore. That was the Tom Chambers dunk contest that I'm talking about, with the dunk where he had to turn his head and pull his arms down. Trey, if you can get a chance to, they might have it on YouTube, to see this dunk and see what I'm saying, how high this dude was, man. Check it out. I know Vince Carter did remarkable when he jumped over that 7-footer's head and dunked on him. Oh my goodness, that was crazy. Crazy.
That was so crazy that I remember where I was when it happened, nigga. I was in North Dallas getting my hair cut. And it was in the Olympics, nigga. And I went crazy when he did that shit. Bob almost fucked my haircut up doing that. I swear business, like I remember that shit like it was yesterday. That shit was crazy. I had the post on my wall. A lot of people don't know he jumped over a nigga head when he was at North Carolina. I had that on my wall too. Vince Carter was my favorite player, you know what I'm saying?
Right. The days of posters are gone. Seeing, man, it's a nuance to that. My babies and picked up the poster thing. They got them all hanging up and everything like that. But I remember, man, you get dunked on one game, that week that poster came out. Crazy throw.
I'm about to go tend to this food though and let y'all cook, man. I'll be listening.
All right.
All right, cool.
Yeah, salute to your brother. Salute everybody in the chat, man. I'm listening.
Salute. Trey Weather, Dominique Wilkins. That Hawks team was Dominique,
Spud
Doc
Webb,
Rivers, Spud Webb,
yep.
Tree Rollins, and it's another guy, I think I'm forgetting his name. They had a big dude, kind of like the Rockets had with Otis Thorpe, but not Tree Rollins. I can't remember his name. The fifth piece to that squad.
I don't remember his name either. Not to that team.
Dark skinned brother though. But that team kind of remind me of the Buffalo Bills. You know, you always knew they would be good and exciting, but you never expected them to make it to the big dance.
Oh yeah, who's they gonna beat? They weren't gonna beat the Pistons. They weren't gonna beat the Celtics. Nah, they won with it. Was it Moses Malone or was it John Concat?
Concat played with them. He played with them too. Moses Malone. He
was
from
off the bench.
Sixers.
Yeah, that was past
Moses
his
was playing
prime.
with the Hawks.
Yeah,
Dang, I do not remember Moses playing with the Hawks.
yeah, he was coming off the bench.
Old Moses. That had to be an old Moses.
Yeah,
Yeah, because Moses Malone. Is that Mr. Is that Dr. Duncanstein?
no, that was Daryl Dawkins.
Gerald Dawkins.
Moses Malone was like, man, they don't really talk about him, but he was great. He was like one of those players though they make in front of now because he used to miss a lot of undershots under the rim,
Yeah,
but he used to grab his own board. Yeah,
right, he was paying stats.
yeah,
That's what I used to think because I was like, oh, he could have made that, but he's sitting there padding his stats, killing them on the rebounds, and they didn't recognize that.
yeah. He was with Julius Erving.
Julius Erving, that's right. He would Julius Erving, Moses Malone. It was another rookie that was on their way there.
I think they had Maurice Cheeks too.
Maurice Cheeks. But there was one more dude. No, because that was when they was poised to go ahead and win the championship. Barkley came right after that. He missed out. Barkley was always a second too late, wasn't he?
Yeah, man.
Dang, Barkley, that's messed up. Every time you just end up showing up 1 second too late, or it was a roadblock that was just too big for you.
Barkley had bad luck with that.
Let me see how far you go back. You remember when Dr. J and Larry Bird had to fight?
Oh yeah, one of Dr. J's teammates was holding him. Dr. J was laying them punches on him.
Man, cracking Larry Bird, man.
He was folding Larry ass up.
I remember they made T-shirts out of that.
But you know, Larry Bird used to talk that shit though, so that's why Larry put them hands on him.
You mean Doc?
Oh, my bad. The doctor put them hands on his ass.
Yeah, the T-shirt say the doctor makes a house call. Hey, Larry slumped down on the ground. But yeah, Larry Bird. What can I say about Larry? As a youngster, because he played for Boston, and I'm just gonna tell you my way of thinking back then as a youngster, I felt like the Boston Celtics was a racist team. I don't know why I felt like that. I just did as a youngster.
Shit, because Boston racist.
So, I looked at them and I was like, wow, they got some black dudes on their team.
Yeah.
Now, I'm young, it's 70s, 80s, I'm still going through my militant time. I'm trying to learn how to ride the wave between being militant and being all right. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But Larry Bird was a killer. He would make the shots that you would be like, oh, please don't give it. Whatever happened, don't give it to him. Oh,
man,
he would.
The highlights don't even do his justice. Man.
No.
That dude can shoot and pass. I think we see a lot of players these days make flashy passes, and I don't think people realize how Larry Bird used to make those same type of passes back in his gap.
Didn't he? The no-look passes, that no-look pass that Magic Johnson would do where he had the ball in front of him and he hold it one side and then flip it to the other. Larry Bird used to do that same pass just as pretty, just as accurate. I seen him throw some passes behind his head. He got the rebound, and he spotted his man while he was getting the rebound. Soon as he landed, he threw the ball, just threw it backwards over his head, straight into the basket.
I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah.
Larry Bird was ridiculous, man. Ridiculous. My only gripe with him, other than him always breaking the neck of teams that I would be thinking they would beat him, that man was cold, man. He was cold. Talk shit, like you said, he one of the best trash talkers. This was said by so many basketball players. But only thing that I used to get mad at him, I was like, why he won't dunk the ball? And then I saw him dunk one time.
he barely did it.
Yeah, he barely did a little reverse dunk. Went to the hole, dunked on him, and kept on moving. I was like, wow, he can dunk. Because, prior to that, shooting his jumper and everything. When you look at him, he don't really get that high off the ground.
Yeah. And
You know what I'm
his shot is down there unblockable because he shoot the ball really behind his head. Like,
saying?
I don't know how he used to do it, but when you see his jumper, the ball is released behind his head, but his hands move forward. So yeah,
Yeah, that man.
he can shoot too, man.
Yes, he
I
can shoot his ass
I
off.
never talk bad about Larry Bird.
How could you? How could anybody talk bad about Larry Bird? He could handle the ball, you know what I'm saying, well enough to keep you from ripping him, sit there and tell you what he's gonna do to you, why he dribbling, and then take you. What was his guard name?
Which one? The little white
one
dude
with- that
or
was
the
Danny
black
Ainge.
dude?
That was
Dennis
Danny
Johnson or
Ainge. the black guy with the freckles,
yeah, Dennis Johnson.
Dennis Johnson,
He will light you up too. That dude
like
was
a mug.
quick. I gotta say this about Larry Bird. Cause I watched the game now. I like both sides of the game, different areas and stuff. Look how Larry Bird barely dribbled the ball. He'll take like 1 or 2, maybe even 3 dribbles and pull up. And I don't really see that in this new day and age of basketball players. You see them really handling the ball a lot, or they hold on to the ball a lot longer. Soon Larry Bird had the ball, either he gonna pass it or he gonna take like 2 dribble moves and pull it. And I think that's an underrated part of basketball. A lot of players can't play like that.
Right. He didn't burn up a lot of the shot clock when the ball touched his hand. He made a decision and made it quick, whether it was going to be a pass or a shot. And you're right. You rarely seen him just dribbling. Like sometimes you see him and you be like, "Damn, you could have been and did something. You wasting too much time." He didn't do that. You rarely seen Larry put himself in a position to get trapped, and you rarely saw him dribble himself into a position where he misdribbled the ball. It was usually boom, boom, step, boom, boom to the spot right away and pull a jumper.
Yep.
That is a miss.
Like that.
Yeah, that is a missed art. Because a lot of times now, James Harden is one of the first names to come to mind. Remember seeing him play, I was like, why does he dribble the ball so long? He done burned up the whole shot clock pretty much, and he didn't pass the ball to anybody. So how is the offense working? You know what I'm saying? What if the defense know that you're gonna sit there and just dribble the ball the whole time, then all the screens and back picks and all that stuff not gonna work.
Yep. It's gonna be repetitive. They're gonna easily pick up on it. And I think that's the reason why they lost to Golden State one of those years when they took them to Game 7 and lost Chris Paul. One thing about Chris Paul kept the ball moving in different hands, but they call, Russell Westbrook and James Harden like ball stoppers. Once they get the ball, the time go down and they still got it, then it becomes a bad decision. That's why they lost a game, really. It's not because they had poor shooting. I'm not saying that ain't the reason they didn't lose, but it adds on when people don't really
poor
touch
decision making.
Yeah. They don't touch the basketball enough for them to like make their own plays or nothing like that. So that's why Houston Rockets fell out with James Harden. He used to burn up too much clock.
If you're gonna be a ball dominant player, being the best thing for you to be doing is making sure that you're getting your other players shots on the ball. Shots, getting them good looks at the ball. Don't just be a dominant player where the ball becomes stagnant in your hand. Those other guys are out there for a reason. And I think if you find like Golden State guards, Steph Curry, the ball is not really much stagnant with him.
Yeah,
I can say that honestly from what I've watched in basketball, because like you guys know, I haven't been watching basketball. That kind of had made me mad, just like football. But I'm back because Wemby. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm back. I saw that guy Hype. He was right. I saw him playing, and I literally got excited. I got excited about basketball all over again. And I'm start watching the games because he has me excited.
Yeah,
and I know
you're a Spurs fan, right?
Am I a Spurs fan?
Yeah.
No, originally by heart, everything. I've always been a Bulls fan. I've always
Oh,
been a
okay.
Bulls fan.
Okay.
But as time went on, I learned to appreciate the Rockets. I've always appreciated them, but I didn't want to appreciate them when they was, when the Bulls was doing their thing. Yeah, you know how it is. But I've
Yeah.
always been a Bulls fan. I do like the Spurs. I love the way that this city, because I'm in San Antonio, this city, when I say they love the Spurs, this city loves the Spurs, man.
Yeah,
They
that's all
love
they
them.
got.
Yeah, you're right. Tried to get them a football team. They were really excited when they thought they were going to get a football team, but they misrepresented. They, in my opinion, they made a mistake because they built the football stadium too small.
Oh yeah, yeah. This is Texas. You got to have one of them. Even the high school teams, football stadiums is
It's
like
crazy.
it's equivalent to college football teams. So yeah.
I ain't gonna even lie to you. In Indiana, where I'm from, the high schools, they played each other at their schools. When I came to Texas and I started seeing that the schools had stadiums to go to,
Yeah.
I was like, hold up. Is this really how it goes down? We don't play at
Yeah.
our school.
In Dallas, we got a football field, but that's where they practice at. But when I went to high school, we had our own little football stadium out there. That we used to have stuff called the Oak Cliff Super Bowl. Trey Hicks probably knows something about that because he used to dabble in Dallas a little bit. But yeah, big old stadium.
Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Yeah, the big dream in Houston for the high school players, the high school football team, was to make it to the Super Bowl for high school. It was in the Astrodome.
Yeah.
Everybody wanted to get to the dome. Everybody. Just our school never made it to the dome. Never made it to the dome. We had our basketball team and football team. We had a love-hate situation thing going. We felt like we was the shit at the school. They felt like they was, but we had bragging rights because we were champions. They weren't.
Oh, that's how it goes.
So, let me pull up pull up a good game on this basketball since we're talking about it. The dunk contest.
Oh, the one with Tom Chambers.
I was gonna say which one did you like the most? Which one was your most memorable dunk contest?
Well, I'm not as old as y'all, but I'm not young either. So that Vince Carter dunk contest,
Okay.
like that one, and when Nate Robinson went against Dwight Howard and he took the throne from Dwight. Those two, I can't say them my top favorite ones, but but when I think about dunk contests, them two really pop up in mind. I just remember when Vince Carter did like that between the legs dunk, and he going to the camera talking about it's over. I just remember how shocked all them NBA players were.
Right.
And when I seen Nate Robinson jump over, he had like a kryptonite suit because Dwight was calling himself Superman.
Right.
When he jumped over Dwight and dunked, I was like, I'm a short dude, so I was like shocked as hell. I didn't know he was gonna pull that off. So yeah, those two dunks contests was crazy to me. But they had my boy.
They had your boy who?
Gerald Green was in that other one with Nate Robinson.
Okay. You remember D Brown? Used to play for the Celtics?
D Brown. No, I can't. Wait. You talking about in the later years, like in the 2000s?
Somewhere around there. He did the dunk blind. They call it the blindfold dunk, where he covered his eyes with his forearm and dunked the ball.
Oh yeah. I remember that dunk.
Yeah, he had a nice little light shined up under him when he did that, but his game really never prospered from it. But Spud Webb's dunk contest, I don't know if you how familiar you are with Spud Webb.
Oh yeah.
But his dunk contest was
that's when he threw it off the glass, right? He bounced it, threw it off the glass and caught it.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I remember that.
His dunk contest was a nice. He got he had some nice posters from that dunk contest. One of the most controversial dunk contests was Dominique battling Jordan in Chicago. A lot of people felt like Dominique won, but they gave it to Jordan because they were in Chicago.
That's the one when they battled for like the third time though, right? I think Dominique won the first one, then Jordan the second one. Then Jordan did the same old dunks and they gave him the same rewards, but Dominique was coming with something different. Yeah, I agree with that. And I'm a Jordan fan. Like, I be talking basketball with my little brothers and LeBron fans and stuff, but I'm not like over the top with it. That was a robbery. Dominique should have won that one.
I feel you. It's a lot of old school people that I grew up with. I can remember it's like the nostalgia of being young and just hearing people say, "Oh man, Jordan didn't win that dunk contest. Jordan didn't win that dunk contest," which, to each his own on how they felt about it. I feel like Dominique kind of had probably stole it from him because Dominique was so amazing because he was always jumping off of 2 feet and doing stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was that it's one dunk when he threw it and caught it off the rim, but it looked like he stretched out. When he dunked it, it is so pretty. It's like the pose of it, his legs are straight, and he kind of got a lean to him.
Yeah.
With his arm. That's one of the prettiest dunks I can remember seeing as far as once it was completed.
And I used to like the way Dominique Wilkins dunk anyways. I don't know, it's like he was angry at the rim or something. He used to smash on that rim.
Man,
he could do that windmill. Oh man.
He was one of the best in-game dunkers for sure. Because he would catch so many times, catch that mug off the rim and just boom, whole team get it.
Talking about Dominique Wilkins, I remember when he dunked on Bird, because Bird they both from Indiana, so Bird used to talk to him crazy, and Dominique had caught up with him and dunked on his ass. It was one of the nastiest dunks I seen. Even for that time, that was crazy.
Yeah, man, I feel you. Dominique dunked on a lot of people, though.
Yeah.
A lot of people. And his jumping was so explosive and so fast that by the time a lot of people got set to get ready to go, he was already there.
Yeah. Since you're getting back into the NBA, I would tell you to look at this kid named Ja Morant. He gonna show you. Like, he's smaller than Dominique, but when you talk about how high he can jump in a quick of a second, like how he can go from point A to point B with his leaping ability, he gonna remind you of Wilkins too. Because Wilkins used to just jump from one spot. You be like, damn, how did he get to the rim that quick? That's how this young kid Ja Morant is.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. Like, it's some exciting players in basketball today. It's just the rules.
Got to get back into it.
Yeah. But if you're watching the Spurs, you're gonna be there. Wemby gonna have you on your edge of your seat. I know he's gonna be a problem for my team in a couple years when they start building around the Spurs.
Oh yeah, what team you like?
The Mavericks.
Oh, Dallas Mavericks.
Yeah.
Okay, who they got over there? They boasting on their team.
They got Luka, Kyrie. We just picked up Klay Thompson.
Oh.
Yeah. And we got two. I can't think of the young center we got, but he a kid. I don't know what we're gonna do this year. We made it to the finals. We got our ass whooped.
But you made it to the finals.
Yeah, we made it there. I didn't expect us to beat the Celtics. I wanted us to, but Celtics was already a well put together team, and they was they was ready for their championship. I can't put that past them.
Right. It was when it's their time, when it's your team's time, it's the team's time.
Yeah. If we would have beat them, that would have been a waste of a lot of talent in the Celtics because they would have been breaking that team up. There's no way that the Mavericks should have beat them.
Well, hey, who was it? Lively and Gafford?
Yeah, there it is. Yep.
Oh, that's the other guys that's on the team.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Hey, I lost my train of thought. I was getting ready to say something. It'll come back to me. It'll come back to me. It'll come back to me. It's about basketball, and I can't even think. Dang. Oh, seeing that but Clay, Clay might be a little older, but I'm sure that he can still shoot.
That's
I'm
what we're
kind of surprised that they let him go from Golden State. It's a lot of stuff that didn't happen, and I didn't even know he was gone from Golden State.
Yeah, I think he wanted like a bigger contract, and Golden State wasn't feeling him because I think they gave him like a nice contract, but what happened was he only played for half of it. Like he was always injured. So they wasn't gonna double up on the deal because he was injured. It's like he didn't earn it. So they let him go. I was actually surprised when Mavs got him because I thought he was gonna go to the Magic. Cause they was talking about getting him.
Do they even boast a good team?
Magic, yeah, they a young team that's like they look hungry. They still need like some pieces, but it's the Magic. Magic always do that. They always got some good talent in around them. Then they just explode the team out of nowhere.
Yeah, you got those front offices that do dumb moves like that.
Yeah.
Oh shoot. Well, Trey Weather, it's 2:00 right up straight on the nose.
Oh yeah, it is.
But yeah, holler at me through the Discord because I want to get some more up on this basketball and the players that you might deem that I should be peeping out. So I can.
I can like you tell me what you like to see on the basketball court. I can point you to that. You like defense? I can send you some defensive players, stuff like that.
Yeah, you send me the defensive players. Send me the guys that's good on offense. But my thing that I really look for is a well-rounded player, one that can facilitate when needed, can rebound if needed, can play defense. I need one. I want one. I like those are the guys that I truly like.
You might like this point guard. See, that's what I'm saying is guards these days. But I'm gonna end it on this note. It's this new guard that's in. Matter of fact, he played for the Pacers. Tyrese Halliburton. He a bad dude. He can facilitate, play defense, grab boards. He really one of those guys that can stack up the assist along with his points real well. He did it good this past year. So you got him. If this guy wasn't injured, Kawhi Leonard, I think he one of the best well-rounded. You got Kevin Durant. You got.
I know about Kyrie. I mean, I know about oh boy, the Claw. He don't like the Claw. You just said his name. He used to play
Kevin Durant, Kawhi Leonard.
No, Kawhi. I know about Kawhi and Kevin. I know about them. I know they're good. I know they ball. Kevin Durant. Oh my goodness, it's hard. I don't see how you can stop that dude from shooting. How? It's just not possible.
It ain't really a game plan for it. You just hope that he missed.
Right, but he seems to be so accurate. And once he get on, he on. And he does it so effortlessly. That dude can shoot.
Man, he's like the best scorer of all time. Like, now I'm not putting him above certain players, but I'm not going to put him too low on that list either.
I feel you. And when you saying the best scorer, a dude that can sink shots at will, pretty much. How can you say that?
Yeah. And he do it from the mid-range. He do it on all three levels.
Yes. That's what makes it so dangerous. And no matter what level he's doing it, he's shooting it from, it's all effortlessly. It all looks pretty much the same. Same stroke, same movement. Pull up on you just out of nowhere. He can get to moving that ball and just pull up.
Yeah.
At such a height. That's crazy. I won't forget, bro. I see you. But Moody, I'm gonna go ahead and call it a night. I appreciate you coming on, especially to help out with the basketball talk and keeping me up with the names in the chat like you did. So I appreciate that. Anytime you want to come and jump on the panel with us, door is always open. You just go into the Discord like that.
For sure. I ain't gonna lie. I'm mainly listening to y'all about boxing, but when y'all talk about basketball and y'all be like, yeah, I don't remember this. I really be on that basketball stuff. But yeah, I ain't got no problem jumping on here and talk about a little basketball, but I'm gonna listen to that boxing. That's why I come here, you know what I'm saying?
I feel you, and I appreciate that 100%. And I'm sure the rest of the Block family do too, because I'm learning something on this boxing every time I come on here and talk to these guys.
Yes,
And I ain't
sir.
ashamed to say.
Good
But
talking to you, MZ. I'm gonna catch you later.
always, man, appreciate you stopping through. With that, you want to say something to everybody before I shut it down?
Hey, peace, everybody. Glad y'all joined the show and listened to you and got all y'all input. I'll catch y'all later. I'm gonna be in the chat with y'all.
All right then, man. Take it easy. Appreciate you stopping through. Well, that's how it's supposed to go. The door's open and all the family can come through and kick it. Yeah, we didn't do deep touching in boxing or anything like that on this conversation. I just wanted to be able to chill like we do at time to time and just have an open conversation about any and everything that came to mind. With that being said, my bad for being late, but you know, I got a job. Sometimes I have to go in on it. Sometimes I have to go in. It is what it is. But it's love because y'all came and joined me even though I was late. BBT. With that, I'm gonna go ahead and say good night. I'm not gonna drop a song tonight. I'm gonna just go ahead and close it like this.